Water
And we
and
are
Red Bull. Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Final Call, The Last Sunday Squad, a monthly gathering where a group of authors assemble to dive into an imaginary world, assume the roles of their characters, face grand evils, and hopefully have a grand old time doing so. I'm your Fable Master, Jack Fields, and with me is the marvellous Brian Nordon, the inimitable KT Hanna, and the magnificent Rachel Nee Kirk. As well, joining us today, we have a very, very special guest star. It is the incredible, the one and only Andrea Parsneau.
Yay!
She will be joining us a little bit later into this episode. But first of all, we're going to do a super quick recap of the events of last time. So, when last we found our heroes, the three puppets, Silver, Etienne, and Leonora, were making their way with their father, Geppetto, into towards the city of Tegeste Lipo, which is the city that Geppetto was banished from a long time ago. They're going to find a golden canary, they're going to take some vengeance, and they're going to become people in the process, hopefully quite literally, in the face of their wooden forms transmuting into human bodies. But that's a long way in the distance. For now, coming into the little town of Calumny, the players are faced with the fact that this little township has fallen on hard times. The Baker's Fork River has been usurped, as has Castle Sweets, the only way to cross it. The Muffin Man has been deposed, taken over by Queen Barganot and her goblin horde, as well, and the Baker's Fork being renamed the Green Fork River in response to that. Tough times have fallen upon the people of this place. However, our heroes are here to cause some bedlam and general chaos. They have arrived like a thunderstorm sweeping into town, these three puppets and their charming creator, Geppetto. They have succeeded so far in kicking some goblin butt, as well as making some friends, particularly with two little kittens, Noon and Midnight, as well as their owner, Tettlemar Billy Bookshire. And I don't think I'm missing anything, and but I'm sure the players will remind me if I have. And yes, I am going to read a little something for you all to set the scene as our players have. Is it okay, by the way, guys, if you guys have a long rest to recuperate your hit points, etc.? Does that sound good?
I've full health, but if the other two need it because they
Show
are
off.
incompetent, that's totally fine.
Sorry, Silver, some of us need it because some of us actually did some fighting. So
Yeah. Some of us actually melted brains, but you'd have to have brains to understand that. Okay.
And so it begins. Okay, we begin. A light is dawning. In the Stout Fox Inn, Tettlemire Billybugshire turns the handle on her cider press. Sweet apple smells stitch the air. The black kitten Midnight and the golden kitten Noon roll a ball of yarn back and forth along the floor. The innkeep smiles a broad smile. Last night had its ugliness, but that does not mean that today cannot be pretty. A light is dawning. Bo Peep turns in bed, snoring. She, like many in the little town of Calumny, is a late riser. She dreams of her sister, of purpose and destiny, and the secret of iron. In her manor, tucked into the elbow of the town, Mayor Aliforna Upshot is up, though not shot. She's thinking about the puppets that killed the troop of goblins last night in the inn, and how news of the goblin dead might be received in Castle Sweets, where the gruesome Queen Barganot reigns. She cannot imagine they are very happy, and in this, I don't mind telling you, she's quite right. The mayor is thinking about the stash of items in her possession and whether or not she ought to just give them to the puppets. But how could she, with no guarantee that they would still help other than their word and the word of their... What was the old man to those three? Puppeteer? Father? She didn't know. She doesn't know. Aliforna Upshot claims ignorance. She misses the giant slayer today. She misses being young and full of vim and vigor. She wishes someone would come and offer her a magic clock that time might obey. Then things might be different, might be... Oh, what good is might? The possibility when might of strength is needed. She buries her face in her hands and utters a single harsh sound of helplessness. By the time she takes her hands away, she is the mayor again. There is much to do. A light is dawning. Gold fingers of July sunshine caress the wych elms bordering the Whiteswood, though not daring to go in. Now the canopy is too thick and green dark beyond, offering no welcome, only dread, and the soft dawn hands brushing the quiet, isolated muffin man's oven. Its grill and slots, and slots, not cool to the touch, no, unattended. The oven is still warm, hot even, fucking roasting. And of course, 3 pinpoints of light, 3 small dawns encased in wooden skulls. Luminous whispers call them from the dour circuitry of sleep. North, they call. We must go north with Father to the city and cast down the ones who cast Father out and claim the canary, the color of sunshine, in order to finally become human. Oh, Geppetto, oh, Father, to be alive, to spend the first inhalation of morning gulping down the liquid gold and fabulous summer fire, the crocus bakery bread, sharp manure, fields freshly manicured, tanned cracked leather, to be alive, to be alive, to become, that would be. And with a deep inhale, inflating plastic alveoli balloons in the wood flute lungs, the 3 puppets wake up. What would the 3 of you like to do?
Kick some butt and take some names.
Sounds good. How would you like to do that?
So Silver finally thought of a retort after sleeping on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I did save the barkeep. I said, like, I was a healer. I did help. Is it like, fuck you, Leonora?
Took you long enough.
Quietly enough so Geppetto doesn't hear, because we're not having a repeat of last time.
I don't know why it took you so long to remember it. Did you hit your head on the way down?
That would probably improve him.
Well, but apparently not his memory.
No.
Oh, what? Etienne, what's that? What's that? Oh, it's all the dead squirrels. All the dead squirrels.
Hey, they like to serve me. Thank you very much. It is a
Where'd you send
noble
them now? To their
sacrifice.
death somewhere else? Cool.
Hey,
I thought
I
you loved
haven't
woodland
touched
creatures.
a squirrel since yesterday when it died.
Say that out
That
louder.
is-
It sounds less insane.
I was about to say, yeah, maybe don't say, hey, I haven't touched a scroll since yesterday. That's not
That's the point.
not something you should go yelling about town, maybe. But you know, Leonora's like, it's okay. Don't worry, I got you.
It's okay.
As I picture this banter back and forth, are you 3 in a little room in the Stout Fox Inn, or would you have liked to stayed in the stable area? Where would you have liked to have stayed?
Well, we're not horses, so we probably were in a room.
Gotcha. I see. The sass is in full
We're
flight.
trying to be human. We want to be human. We want to be real people. So,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
stable, not the ideal place to keep, you know.
So I would have stationed myself outside of Father's rooms just to protect him, obviously, as a dutiful son would. You know, looking
Careful,
after Dad,
Leonora.
there had just been an entire debacle that had happened last night, completely because of Leonora jumping to defend people
Hey,
and wanting to lose all
give
her
her
money.
a break. She almost rolled her eyes out of her head just now. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So the 3 of you are outside your father's room.
I think if we have a room, I think Leonora would be like spread eagle on the bed and just snoring her head off, absolutely, completely unaware, until
Okay,
knocked
so
on the door. Yeah.
Yeah, so the 3 of you have been okay. In this case, you're in various states of. I assume that you've woken up by now, so the 3 of you have had this banter, and at this point, I think that Silver, you would hear, and you would look in, and you could see your father in what looks like a full body little nightie, one of those ones that plunge straight down to his wrinkled knees, and he looks out at you, bleary eyed but smiling. Good morning, my son. I thought the 3 of you would be on the road. I'm pleased to see you are not.
Oh, Father, I'm so sorry. Did Leonora wake you with all her loud complaining? Or was
No.
it her snoring?
As to the snoring, her waking me implies that it allowed me to get to sleep in the first place. Of course, I joke. Leonora's snoring is something I got used to very quickly. In fact, I found it somewhat soothing.
Thank you, Dad. And I'm just like quietly going like
It's-
this at
Just
Silver.
saying it to be nice. He's just saying it to be nice.
It's a wonderful white noise. Like it just soothes.
That's right. Did you sleep well, my wonderful children?
Yes.
Like the dead dad.
Hmm.
Well,
Like a wooden puppet.
from aphorism to literalism, those are my girls. And Silver, you also slept well.
Yes, Father. It was efficient.
I fear that your father is not quite himself without his morning latte. I shall go down and trouble Tettlemire Billybugshire, and hopefully she will have something for my tongue as well. I'm a bit acidy. Poor dreams, I fear. I dreamed of Tegeste Lipo, of my home. Are you making that face, Etienne?
Yes,
Sad.
I was
Or
deliberately
like
making
to
a sad face.
gestate Lipo. Dad, no? Okay, no.
Yes, it was a good try, my son. And he pats Etienne on the shoulder and says, don't fret. A latte will make me feel much better. And perhaps I will order you some coffee as well. And at this point, he heads downstairs and says, now, Miss Billy Bugshire, have you got what is known colloquially as a kettle? And you can hear the sounds of conversation humming up from the tap room below. The three of you are faced with the prospect of main quest or side quest. And I hope it's okay to speak in that abstract gamified language. So you all have the main quest of taking down castle suites with Queen Bargnot, or you can head directly to the other side questy areas, the Whiteswood, where you might get some lovely loot. Though that place seems to be fraught with shadow and strangeness. Or you could head to the Muffin Man Don Bartolo's old oven to purloin the fire from his oven and potentially use it to combat Queen Bargnot's war spider, a dreadful arachnid known as Jennifer.
Well, Etienne thinks that we need to get stronger because otherwise we're gonna suck.
Well, Silver specifically needs to get stronger, but we should all
Yeah,
join
should
in
all.
and we should all side quest it a little bit, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And yes. Now I wonder if they have a passion fruit flavored latte. I could do that. Like a tea. Maybe they have tea, passion fruit tea.
Fabulous. And so you wish to head towards one of the particular side quests then instead of the main? Which one sounds more appealing?
The fire would
woods.
be the woods, yeah. I was thinking.
Because if we did the woods and then we went to get the fire on the way to kill the bitch, we'd be good. Right? Like that'll work. We go get
logic like this has
Yeah,
made
bit of-
the finest of strategies.
bit of power up, bit of firing, bit of killing. Yeah. I like that.
you know, Leonora's like, couldn't have said it better myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Silver, what's your thoughts?
I never truly understood the difference between intelligence and wisdom until this very moment.
Of
You
which you
truly
have
are
neither.
extraordinary sorcerer.
So you will head to the woods first. As you head downstairs, you can see some things waiting for you. You see Tettlemire Billybugshire scooting by on her way. She's holding what looks like a tray full of hot pastries, and she's heading over in the direction of what looks like a table of tieflings, the two tieflings that you had run across earlier the evening before. From upstairs, as you pass the rooms, as you head down to the tap room, you can hear the almighty baleful snoring that you can only assume belongs to Ernest Jamhorn, the werebear that Leonora had made such good friends with.
Oh, Leonora was a big fan of Ernie. Big fan.
He was a big fan of her. At this point, Tettlemire Billybugshire says, "Oh, over by the counter, your father left a few orders for me to take care of, but firstly and foremostly, he asked me to take care of you three as opposed to himself first. And over in the corner, you see Geppetto with an enormous soup bowl of what looks like
Oh,
coffee. And he
Dad.
says, "So I was taken care of." And he begins to slurp.
Don't overdo the caffeine. You
Oh,
know, it makes you jittery sometimes. And then
yeah,
the wood carving goes really up shit creek, mate. Like, just watch it, okay?
forgive me, Etienne.
Enjoy in moderation, okay, Dad?
It is
Good.
true that I get perhaps a little jittery, but if I do not drink my coffee, then I shall be down in the dumps. Oh, dread conundrums, how thy wag thy fist at me. And at this point, Tattlemeyer says, "Coffee gives me wind. There's yours." And she indicates the counterware, silver. I hope you'll forgive me for prescribing, just a jet black Americano is waiting for you. Leonora, let me guess what Geppetto would get his daughter Leonora. I think it would be a triple espresso. Is that a good?
With a triple espresso with a shot of brandy in it. Just to start the day off right. And just
Yes.
sorry for anyone just watching, you're gonna see me turn my camera off every now and then, and that's because I'm dying sick, but I've taken an antihistamine and I have wine. So really everything's gonna be just fine. But that if you see the camera switching off, it's so you don't see me honking my
This is
snoot.
not medical advice. Do not try this at home. She's
No,
a
don't
fucking idiot.
do this.
and take care of yourself, okay, Rachel? I
Good.
think we all have a bit of a dose at the moment.
But triple espresso with a shot of brandy sounds perfect.
Yes. And Etienne, finally, there is what seems to be a peach flavored with a dash of apricot tea, and there's a little note underneath that says, "Your father asked for passion fruit. Hope this is close."
That's very close. I love peach. Peach tastes fantastic. Not as good as passion fruit, but you know, it'll do. It's good.
Over where he sips his coffee at Etienne's approval and the approval of his three children en masse, a small twinkle enters the old man's clear eye, and his morning, at least, has begun with gusto and happiness. As the three of you are able to make your way out of the Stout Fox Inn, you can see that the town has begun to bustle with its own activity. Seemingly, it's a growing, fomenting seethe of bustle, just all that small town activity that you might expect. Milk pails and small town gossip and people whispering to each other and looking in your direction. The word goblin is caught in their conversations. You begin to head towards the Whiteswood. As you make your way along, is there anything the three of you would like to say to each other, or shall I launch that?
They made quick work of that sign that Leonora got yesterday. It's fucking gone. It's great.
That
Was
sign.
was the sign still here when your squirrel found it?
Dude, fuck off.
So, at this point, okay, y'all are making your way when a noise catches you, the flutter of delicate wings. You can turn and see a large butterfly approaching. It emits a glow as blue and as beautiful as your first glimpse of sky, such a vivid and lovely blue. And as it alights on Leonora's head, gently batting its wings and twitching its soft, fuzzy feelers, it speaks with your father's voice. "I almost forgot. You three are doubtless strong and unflappable, and are possessed of all manner of other very positive qualities. Yet as a father, I think it would be dreadful of me to send you off into the unknown with only a goodbye and good luck to keep you full of cheer and courage. So this butterfly is a gift, a blue fairy. Use it as often as you like. All being well, it will bring you help from unexpected places."
So everybody else is hearing that butterfly talk, right? It's not just me.
Leonora, I
Yes,
swear to
you
God,
are.
if you try and eat the fucking butterfly.
She was thinking about it, and then she heard Dad's voice, and she went, "Oh no, we're not gonna have a repeat of the last butterfly incident. Right? It's not happening."
I got you. And as you all say that, there is a pause, and then from the butterfly emits your father's voice again. "A fairy is a fitting gift for you. because in children's stories, fairies are the kindest and most excellent of companions, and you three are extraordinarily kind, and indeed very excellent companions indeed. Your loving father, Geppetto.
So it's like a butterfly letter. Okay, I got
I
this.
swear to God, this to metagame a bit, this whole show is going to heal so many daddy issues. Like, just so many.
Or cause them. Give us
Exacerbate.
time. Give us time.
Glorious. What would the three of you like to do? You've just received the blue fairy from your father. It can summon help from unexpected places.
I think Leonora would immediately be like, "Now, do it now! Do the thing! Go! Go, 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 go! Do it! How does it work?"
And what do we need help with? What do we need help with, Leonora? You use your brain. Explain your words. What's happening? What do we need
Silver?
help with?
What do we need help with? What do you need help with? The list is endless. Okay, Blue Fairy, activate, go.
As soon as you say that, Silver, you watch as the butterfly on top of Leonora has an instant reaction. The butterfly flaps its wings, and with a fabulous sapphire-colored flash that outlines your vision in sunspots and dazzling glitter dots of blue, your call for help is answered. A figure appears nearby. Welcome to Andrea Parsneau, everyone. Andrea, would you describe your character? Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
I never turn the mute on. It's going to be a problem the entire time. How dare you mute me, myself. Anyway, from the corner, you see Midnight, the cat that was the beautiful innkeeper's, messing with an amulet on the ground. And all of a sudden, after you guys say the words, from the ground, just... Oh dear. This is, well, this is rather inconvenient this time, is it not? But I am beautiful. Hello, I am Manny. It is very nice to meet you. A tall, all 4'11" of him, tabaxi black cat stands up, who has somehow managed to have boots on now, despite the fact that he is a house cat. We're not asking questions. Magic is magic. So, he stands up and kind of brushes down his very silky black fur and just kind of looks at his paws and he's, well, this is a bit awkward, is it not? Well, Manny does the best with whatever form he has. Yes, he does. So anyway, hello. I am here to assist you. It is a very pleasant day to meet you.
So you're not a butterfly?
No, I am not.
However, the butterfly lands upon your head, Etienne.
I thought we got rid of the butterfly. I can't summon an owl if I have a butterfly.
That seems like a very personal problem that Manny has no input on. However, Manny would like to help you with the eradication of the butterfly because it is very blue and shiny. And
But I think it's my dad.
The butterfly is your father.
Maybe?
Right. I should
You
not
see
kill him
both
then.
of,
That seems like that will cause future problems.
I think what you can see, Manny, in front of you is one puppet. You've seen the description of these three from the first episode, Andrea. Legend that you are tuning into the first episode. You can see Etienne looking at you and speaking as she has, and the other two, just as Rachel and Brian were there, just with their head in their hands, just gently massaging the temples. You can see three wooden puppets, Manny, and for some reason, some fundamental reason as core as the primal emotions of love and hatred and desire, you can feel a powerful tug to help these people, an incredible impulse. And yeah, they are friends. They are amiable. They're on your side.
So they are not scratching posts. This is not the appropriate action to take with them. That is not correct.
Leonora, remembering the cats from last night, immediately sticks out her leg and was like, "You can scratch it. Go for it. Whatever you need, buddy."
Manny feels the incredible pull to do so for some insane reason. No, Manny will not give in to his lesser urges. Anyway, it is a pleasure to meet you. Manny is good at the words, but not all the time. But he does his best. Anyway, it is very nice to meet you all, and I will assist. And he kind of flourishes a rapier into the air and kind of does the little, like, Zorro thing, and he goes, in whatever way I can.
As soon as Manny does that, behind Manny...
like, sparks, let's go.
sparks let go, and you all see that as soon as Manny does that with the rapier, in a circle around him appears the letter M sliced into the fresh cut grass.
I just turn around to Leonora and be like, I take back everything. Activating the butterfly was the smartest fucking thing you've ever done. I love him.
Manny kind of walks up to Silver directly and just sticks out his tiny paw and says, "From the bottom of Manny's heart, he is sorry about the table. It really was nothing personal."
I love you. Thank you.
Manny
Thank
loves
you
you
so
too.
much. Oh, it's so difficult being a man.
Manny walks next to
Oh.
Silver and just sits down and starts.
I think just for the sheer gloriousness of that introduction from Andrea, the rest of the party take a D4 inspiration dice to use at any time you wish during this adventure. It can be added to a roll to increase it. What an introduction, Andrea, and what a pleasure to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
At
I
this
am
point,
so.
I love you.
I saw it was Manny. That your name was Manny. I was like, please be the Cat Manuel voice. Like, please.
Yes.
Not purposeful. Like, that wasn't. I didn't see the ending, the very ending of the last episode. So I had already told Jack I wanted to play Manny, and then I saw the end of the last episode today, and I went, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Manny is meant to be. Manny is like the tides. He is inevitable.
I am so happy that it's the Cat Manny voice. Sorry, back in character. I think I would just lean over to like Etienne and Silver and just go, "We have the best dad ever." And
We really do. But do you think he's okay?
he's got a latte. He's fucking grand.
Okay.
I'd say early onset dementia, probably, but I think he's fine.
Do you think it's okay to leave him in the inn?
Yeah.
He's got coffee.
We've got a talking fucking cat. Let's fucking go. Like, what?
With a rapier, right? Like,
that latte is going to
if
give
he
him the
can-
shits for so long. He ain't leaving that in.
oh,
We're good.
that's true. Well, and she'll just keep feeding him the lattes. Meanwhile, we take him. Can you imagine what Manny can do? If you can sign your name with that thing, I think we're in good hands.
my friends, as you progress, approaching the White's Wood with your new and excellent companion in tow, it might be enough to sour even the sweetest attitude this approach, for the wood looms there ahead of you, with the witch elms clustered closely together, their branches forming gauzes through which peer the reflective eyes of animals. Though whether or not they bear you amiability or vileness is not immediately clear. As you near, those little yellow spots of watchfulness melt back into the black of the wood and are gone for now. Heading inside together, you can see the wood is no less crowded within the boundary indicated. Great roots, slick with a moist coating of moss, the color of bile, snake up and down out of the loamy, dark earth. The acoustics are strange. Every little crunch of a twig underfoot, every slither and flutter and breath and beat of the heart, amplified in the sonorous dark. And it is dark. Oh, yes. Here and there, little spears of sunshine pierce into the undergrowth, but by and large, it is a lightless place. You recall the stories you might have heard of this place through your stay last night in the inn, and whispers through the town, and word from the mayor, Aliforna, that this wood once belonged to a family called the Scryers. And at that thought, insinuating out of the dark, comes a voice. I can fly, but have no wings. I can cry, but have no eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I?
Leonora immediately yells into the dark, "Your mom!"
We're all in agreement that we're doing the forest fire. So, like, I know we're made of wood, and this is possibly the worst idea ever, but I think, great lesser of two evils, let's burn everything.
Anyone who
Manny
wants
spells
to,
mayhem on the air. Yes, he agrees.
anyone who wants to at this point can make an Arcana check or a Nature check. Your choice, and tell me which one.
I will Arcana. Ew. 11. It's magic.
The big dumb barbarian, who knows nothing about nature or
I forgot it
Arcana,
wasn't
rolled an
Arcana.
18.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Fuck my life.
And this is in Nature, not Arcana?
I keep the 11 to myself and I don't tell anyone.
I do
what found.
Arcana.
I just look super smug. Okay.
Got you. And Rachel, that was in Nature?
Let's pick nature. It doesn't matter. I rolled an 18.
Andrea, what did Manny get?
Manny rolled a 15 for either nature or Arcana. It makes more sense for Arcana for him. Let's do that.
That's perfect. So, Silver, while the nature of this thing is beyond you, your natural arcane intuitions are able to assist with the successes. We've got Manny and Etienne as the chief collaborators in the arcane here, though. And between the
Does
two,
my +3 to Arcana count?
oh yeah, it does. So that's 22.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
incredibly
get it.
impressive. So between the two of you, and particularly Etienne, you're able to deduce this. Leonora voicing your mom was, it resulted in a kind of ripple, as of a pond falling, a rock falling in a fetid pond, causing ripple effects through the forest. There was a kind of a shiver that suppurated through the trees. You think that for this seeming riddle, going forward, any answers will be taken as concrete. So you can discuss out of the game as players, but anything you say in character going forward will be your answer to the riddle. And you're able to deduce that, Etienne, chiefly. However, Leonora, you deduce through your natural understanding of the world that there is nothing natural about that voice. It is, in fact, the rasping voice of an undead.
I love the idea of Leonora thinking she's being funny and like in the face of danger, kind of yelling something, trying to lighten the group, and then she realizes what she almost did, and she's never shut the fuck up so quickly in her life. She's like, but the
So,
barbarian
like-
should not be answering the riddles. No.
Okay. No more answers.
As soon
Must
as
discuss.
when the magic kind of shimmers through the air and Manny feels it, all of a sudden Manny just goes, and all of his fur stands on end, and he just kind of looks down at his arms and just goes, Manny is not usually a cat. He will be completely honest with you about that, but he has a strong indication that is not supposed to happen. I don't think that's good. Very much be careful with what we say from now on, I think.
At this point, I can repeat the riddle for you. I can fly but have no wings. I can cry but have no eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I?
I am really bad at riddles.
Cloud.
Ooh,
Is that your
Moon?
final one?
very nice rain cloud?
Cloud? Rain cloud?
Yeah.
Who says
I
it?
can fly, have no wings. I can cry, but have no eyes, and whatever darkness follows me.
As soon as you say cloud, you watch as the tangle of the wood parts, roots upraising out of the soil and allowing you to venture deeper into the white's wood.
Nice job, Silver.
Yes, as soon as Etienne says that, the nice job, you can hear that voice moving away into the shadows. At this point, as you make your way forward, y'all can have a discussion in character if you like, or we can get to the next riddle. Would you like to go back and forth a bit, or and talk to Manny a bit about his story, or we can advance? Up to you.
Someone needs to give that voice a throat lozenge.
Manny reaches up a tiny little black paw and pats Silver. How tall are you, Silver? Out of character?
Out of character, I'm 6'4" in character.
Sorry, out of character. I mean, asking how tall is.
How tall is your character?
My bad.
I'm gonna say roughly, probably like I don't know, 5'8", 5'10". Like, what are Warforged? Are they like stocky boys or?
You could probably make them.
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah,
It's up to you.
Let's go 6 foot.
Okay.
like
Okay. So Manny's 4'11". So I just want to be. So he reaches up a tiny black paw and just kind of pats your elbow and goes, "Well done, big guy. I believe in you. I like it."
My favorite.
Well, that's not a surprise.
You're not Manny's favorite, but that is because Manny shares love equally. Wait,
I can never hate you.
I cannot hate you either. Also, that is slightly Manny's goal. Manny is a bit of a people pleaser, if we're being completely honest. So, what can you do? You know.
okay.
Oh wow! So
As you progress, you can see what looks like it looks like they were blasted out, but in fact, the gatherings of moss and dampness and the fortification of animals and the creeper ivy have in fact bowed in and caved in the roofs of these structures. Houses and all of the elements you might see of what looks like a community were here once and now swallowed in the green, the dark green of the White's Wood. This might have been the outreaches of the Scryer family settlement. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah,
Personally,
search.
yeah.
I mean, roll perception. I think that's a.
like
What
to
do you want
prepare
to
the
get?
place, but it's quite impractical.
What did you say there, Andrea?
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk at the same time. This is my one downfall of streams for me. How thick is the canopy?
I think no need for a perception check on that. You can see that it is incredibly thick, clumped together, the leaves and the branches wiring in a hideous mesh.
Does there appear to be a tree that's taller than the rest of them?
That's a good question. I think that you could make a perception check for that. And Rachel, what is Leonora on the lookout for with that perception check?
I think she is checking for danger, which she's going to see fuck all of because she rolled an 11 and I have no modifiers to perception. So she's just kind of looking, is anyone going to jump out at us? Kind of just doing a lay of the land, kind of have a
No,
look
I
at that.
got you. What'd you roll?
And what?
I
The
rolled
music was that
11.
bad.
I rolled a 1.
That's perfect.
Manny is very, very occupied with his own paws right now. They are delicious and he does not know why.
I love the idea that, so as Manny is lapping at his newfound paws, Leonora,
17.
for perception. So Leonora is looking through the area for any signs of danger and instead finds the largest tree. At this point, however, as you locate that large tree, it looks to be an enormous oak with great spider-like limbs reaching up into the canopy above. However, Etienne, as soon as you see your sister look in that direction, you can see what looks like small, dusty, almost like there's an equivalent of Christmas in this world called tin frost, almost like tin frost baubles hanging from the tree, and yet they are cracked and broken and have the appearance at this distance of bitten apples. What would you like to do?
I think
Don't
Leonora,
touch those little bubbles.
I think Leonora is looking for danger, doesn't see anything, doesn't realize what Manny wants, but just is like, geez, that's a big fuck off tree. And just kind of.
Manny stops paying attention to his own paws for a second and goes, "Tree? Did you say tree? Did you say tall tree? Ah, Manny will be useful. He knows how to do this." And he kind of jogs over. Can I make a roll for whether or not Manny heard KT say, "Don't touch the little bauble"?
Incredibly funny, glorious, and I actually think, Manny, we can do that. I think it's a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
So roll twice and take the lower.
Okay, the first one is dirty 20, so
It's good.
the second one is a 12.
Perfect. So Etienne says, touch the baubles.
Manny looks up and sees dingly dangly things coming from the tree and is overcome with the urge to bat them, and he does not know why. But he also wants to climb the tree, so it seems like 2 birds, 1 stone, honestly. So we're going to use that tabaxi climbing speed, and I'm going to scamper up the side of the tree to the tallest limb that I can get to, crawl out on it, and then just kind of... And I'm going to start batting at one of the little dingly balls. I am touching it, Etienne. I do not see what you wanted me to see.
As you do that, for a second.
Oh no.
Etienne, what have you done?
And as it
I
turns,
said, don't touch them.
you can
I thought you
feel-
could communicate with animals. That's your only fucking power.
Not a fucking animal. It's like a cat person.
Oh, now it's different. Okay.
Well, I can't communicate with you, can I? If I can communicate with animals, you think I could?
And as you're saying this, Etienne, you're the first one who feels the mist. It moves like cold fingers over your feet and over your ankles, and you watch as the rest of your family sees this little carpet of pale mist. You hear a voice say, "How dare you touch that?" At this point, you see a name inside the cracked bauble. 2 names, in fact. Domhnall, Sarah. You watch as the little bauble falls down, cracks and splinters and flies into pieces upon the ground, and you hear a voice say, "No riddle for you. I will send instead my family." You watch where the ball hits a hand, all deprived of flesh, with strips of old skin and ligaments and tendons hanging like bunting from the bones. You watch as crawling out comes a member of the Briar family. Both of his eyes plopped back into his skull by time, his grin yellow and decayed. At the end, what did you say?
Well, fuck.
At this point, we are in combat. So, gang,
Manny is very, very sorry.
We do not have initiative in this game that we have. Instead, we have the players, the heroes, going first, and the enemies going second. Rising up out of the ground, it seems like the Scryers were indeed a big family. There's 20 zombies here. And it looks like some of them are forming up together. As you all begin your turn, we will go in whatever order you like. It's up to the players to dictate the terms of initiative. So you tell me who goes first and what you'd like to do.
I mean, running isn't an option.
You could certainly try to say.
Leonora sees like a hand just popping out of the ground, and she's just great axes out, immediately running towards it.
I thought you were going to high five as you dumb bitch.
How much area roughly are all of the zombies kind of taking up?
They're spread out at intervals of 10 feet each, almost as if they were interred in specific plots throughout this. And then you look around, and actually, Manny, as you look down, you can see, oh my God, some of those aren't roots. Some of them are, in fact, atrophied, crumbled gravestones.
Whoa, this is very bad. Manny should probably get the hell out of the tree, but somebody do something more constructive so Manny can do something.
Who wants to go first?
Not constructive, but I would like to point out, Leonora, this is a good example of a time where we would call for help and use a butterfly, for example. Now, just to point out, this is an area where we would need help, not when we're in a grassy knoll. Okay? just to highlight. Okay?
Leonora is so busy running, she hears like the smug tone of Silver in the background, and she's already switched her brain off. She's not listening at all.
I actually think that's an indication of who was going first. I think it's Leonora for sure with the axe.
Here we go.
Etienne's trying to figure out if mind anything is going to work on an undead creature.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's a valid concern.
Are you sure? She's pretty mind numbing.
What you got?
I have to have minds for me to attack.
I got a 17 because I actually added my strength modifier this time. Let's fucking go.
Nice. 17 is good to
then-
hit.
Perfect. And then damage is 10. Oh, I forgot to rage. That's fine. 10, 1d12 plus 3. 13 damage.
13 damage. You actually, as this creature comes out, the place where its hand was is now occupied by its head. As you swing and attack this creature, yes. So while it's natural fortitude, how do you swipe this creature? It's going to go down for good.
I think, you know when someone goes up to swing a golf club? That's what it's like. She comes in, she's been practicing her swing out in the backyard where Silver can't see her and make fun of her. And she's just running in with her great axe and she just bam.
The head sails off in between the trees, taking a significant portion of the neck and torso with it, and the creature failed its save to keep its constitution going. Zombies have fortitude that way, so that's one down. Who's next?
Is there a spot where I can see that there is more than 2 of them in a 20-foot cube?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, a 20-foot cube occupies a larger area. You could get, I think, 4 with that.
Okay, Manny's going to look down and aim right dead in the middle of those 4 of them, basically, and go, "Don't worry, Manny will fix it. He can make it better." And he's going to cast Fairy Fire on that area.
Oh, I have 4 dexterity saving throws to make. Okay. Zombies are not the most dexterous of creatures. That's horrendous. Okay, how does Fairy Fire look when Manny casts it?
As Manny kind of flourishes his sword in the air, a line of kind of sparkles goes out from it and shoots downward and explodes into a tiny little poof, and then whoosh, purple flames light up in a 20-foot cube and outline all of the zombies, and you now have advantage to hit all of them.
All of the creatures are now limbed in this orange fire. Manny, they all fail, and does that end your turn?
Yes, it does. That is, I can jump down and go. Probably, I'll just jump down and get to something like by Silver or something like that, or like by ATN, toward the back of, like in the middle, but not the farthest. Never mind. I'm a melee character. I forgot. I never play melee characters. Never mind. I'll jump down and stand by Lenora, and then kind of.
If you would,
I have a.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I wanted to remind you that if you'd like to use your bonus action to use Bardic Inspiration, Andrea, you can.
Manny looks up, and as he goes to stand next to Lenora, he looks up and goes, "Don't worry, we've got this. I've got your back. And if there is someone you want at your back, it is definitely a black cat. I don't know why that should be a thing, but I believe in you, and that is what's important." And then he kind of points his sword forward and Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, oddly enough, it actually works. It does inspire. So that's, I believe it's a D6.
Yes, for me it's a D6, yes.
Exquisite. So that's Leonora and Manny. The zombies are still numbered 14, though now 4 of them are aglow with the purple flame of Fairy Fire.
What are the effects of Bardic Inspiration again? Can
Bardic
you
Inspiration you can add to an attack roll or saving throw or ability check. It adds an additional D6 and it's usable once.
I believe I actually have different stuff too because I'm a sword bard. I think it allows you to give.
Oh, can it go to damage as well?
I think it does AC. 1 second. Attack action, turn, blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
When you've taken attack action, to make a. You can just spend one using.
Just to keep the fight moving, we'll be
go ahead.
Question. Spell attack bonus. Does that add on to my, like, whatever I roll?
Spell attack bonus is the roll to hit. It's the equivalent of a to hit roll. So if you're rolling a ranged spell attack or a melee spell attack, that's what you add.
Okay. And in this group of 19 now that we have, is there one big one or are they all little ones?
Fabulous of you to ask. A few of them seem to be forming up together, their flesh slowing into one another like a porridge gruel of flesh.
So can I aim a dissonant whisper at them, like where their head's joining, and try and like melt it before it becomes a brain?
That's extremely clever. I have a saving throw in my future, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Excellent. That is a 5. Roll your damage.
Okay. And it's 3. And do I add the spell attack bonus to it, or?
Not to damage.
Okay.
My new headcanon is shit gets real whenever Katie drops her glasses. Like that's when you know it's about to get fucked up.
Yeah,
12.
I hear Led Zeppelin's Cashmere. That's 12 points of damage. That is glorious. And I believe the creature must move its speed away from you, doesn't it? With Dissonant Whispers. Which means that in proximity as it is to... Oh, no, it's not in
Yeah, I
proximity.
have like a 60 feet range.
Oh, yeah,
Have
it's
like
good, yeah. So the creature will move back a great deal, stumbling over its strange amalgam of camel thin legs. Camel legs are thin, camels are not, Jack. So at this point, we have only silver left to go.
I'd like to use my bonus action to make an investigation check on the canopy above to see if there is a way that I can... My plan is to hit it with Firebolt, to see if there is a way to bring it down on the enemy rather than all of us. So can I use investigation check to see like where would be the... Or would that be perception? Or would like...
I think it's investigation. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
But the spider webs are going to catch on fire, and then we're all going to catch on fire.
So sorry, Brian, just reiterate that for me. Is there going to be an area that you're trying to bring down, did you say?
So, well, yeah, essentially what I wanted, we are essentially, there's a curtain of fire available to us. And like, I'm surrounded by people that are making, impromptu decisions that are like, flashy and fantastical. And I'm the guy that flings things with my mind. I want to have something flashy because the cat literally went over to fucking Lenora. And I'm like, you know what? I can be flashy too. I haven't done it yet, but I can be flashy, but I'm not going to make a rash decision. So I'm going to calculate it first.
That burns us.
You're seeing an area that could burn and come down.
Okay, so 16 on the investigation. And I will add my inspiration of a D4.
Okay.
And 4. No, 2. That's 2. Sorry. So that's
It's a multiple of 4. So it's 18 in total. My friend, as you gaze up into the thick canopy over your head, as you hear the hideous, rasping, mortified cries of the zombies that made up the Squire family, you can see what looks like an area that might, under the correct pressures applied, fall upon your enemies. But you can't be sure.
Cool, hit it with a firebolt.
Okay, make your attack roll.
If that hits me.
Oh, that is a 22 to hit.
So we're going to do something a bit different here. Firebolt's traditional damage is a d10. Let's instead roll 3d10. And depending on the number you roll here, Brian, it will determine who this flaming area of shrub and leaves falls on. Possibly one of your friends.
8 plus 1 plus 2, 11.
Oh dear. As you gaze up, you summon the firebolt, fling it upwards, and you can see that the blue fairy skims across its orange comet-like structure, heading up and catching in the canopy, the fire spreading like veins vermiculate in the canopy itself, lighting it up all orange and the green, and it begins to fall. You look and can see Leonora sweeping her axe up, the head of the creature sailing ahead, 2 more of the creatures, and a third scrambling towards her. As you open your mouth to call a warning, Leonora, you see this thing fall, your neck craning directly onto the 3 zombies in front of you, their flesh catching and burning up, filling your nose with the smell of burning hair and skin. 3 of the zombies have been destroyed.
Oh, Silver. Oh, we made it rain.
At this point, however, it is the creature's turn. I have 15 of them together, 5 of which are made up into a single swarm. Here we go.
Hey, did Eddie N's thing hurt any of them?
Oh yeah, significantly, but the creature has a singular health pool,
Okay.
so you have whittled away at it. At this point, it is. I think I'll do the swarm first. It's going to run up to. I think it has to run up to Manny. You're slightly behind Leonora, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Like a
Yeah,
step.
yeah, for sure. It has to be Leonora. Then I'm afraid. Sorry, Rachel. The creature is going to swing.
Bring it.
twice.
Leonora's like thumping her chest, like, bring it.
I do not roll fabulously, Rachel. That's a 15 and a 13 versus your AC.
My AC is 15 exactly. So it hits, I think, doesn't it?
It's hit the once though, and that is for. Let me just calculate this damage. Oh shit! That's 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Motherfucker!
You
Jesus!
watch as the waggling fingers and appendages of this hideous groaning apparition slam down with the full weight upon you, Leonora. Having not entered your rage yet, I believe. Or I think you did enter rage.
I
Didn't you?
forgot to. I meant to, and I forgot on my last turn. So we'll see.
Honestly, Rachel, it's our second game. No worries. You're in your rage at this point. Instead of taking 13 damage, take 6.
I have a very nice Fable Master.
At this point, the remaining 10 zombies are going to target what members of the group they can. That is going to be 3 attacks on Manny.
I think also between the flaming bush coming down, she thinks it's going to hit her. It hit just in front of her.
Yeah.
And she's going, fuck's sake, Silver! And then she gets hit by a giant zombie horde. And she's just like, ow! She's just there, but she wants to look cool for Manny. She's just like, that was fine. And she's just like, I hope the cat man is watching and is very impressed.
It's just a flesh wound.
You got hit by a burning zombie horde. You're welcome.
Manny, what is your AC?
14.
14. I'm only going to hit you once for 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
Etienne, what is your AC?
13.
I'm going to hit you twice for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Total or each?
Total.
Okay.
Silver.
I'm a
My
million miles
highest
away
roll
from them.
against
Come on, a million miles away from them. Like
yes, indeed, it is a spread out graveyard. What's your AC?
12.
My highest roll is an 11. As the creatures scramble towards you, attempting to batten you with their undead limbs, Silver, you are managing to dodge out of the way effectively. And then I have one more who is going to attack Leonora along with the giant, and that's a natural 20. Leonora, that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 3.
I'm very glad you
For
decided.
dramatic
that
effect,
you're
I
right.
would like to add that I cartwheeled. That
Yes.
is the way of zombies.
As
Just to be extra.
one of you, I think all of you can hear as the cartwheel takes place and as the zombies take their round, the voice insinuates out of the dark again, slow to solve my riddles, slow to cut down even my weakest kin. It is the player's turn again.
Okay.
Riddles implies you gave us more than one. You only gave us one and we solved it. And you refused.
Silver, stop actualing the voice.
I think at this
Maybe
point,
we should call your mom again.
Silver, one of the zombies comes up behind you, attempting to crush you, and you hear out of the voices, damn it, crush him, Aunt Sheila.
Okay. I did 14 to Aunt Sheila. I don't know if it hits. Is 14 enough to hit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You got it.
Oh god. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I did roll. All right, 8. 11.
11, and then I will roll to see if it can keep its constituted form. No, Leonora, how do you I hate that I gave this one a name. How do you cleave down Aunt Sheila?
I think she'd heard Aunt Sheila and she hears it and she's just like, she runs up and she's like, fuck you, Sheila! And she just like skewers it through the ribcage, twists, and then pulls it out the side.
She goes and falls down. And at this point, for a moment, the undead hands twitch as if sewing something, and then the creature falls dead. Alas, Aunt Sheila has sewed her last jumper. The party are, however, sorry, Leonore, you have a bonus action. Did you want to do anything with it?
I mean, I can't attack with a bonus action, right? Is there anything? I mean, I could shove one of them.
Yes, actually, although Rachel, that's a BG3 thing.
Is it?
Yeah, shove is
I'm
generally
ruined. I'm ruined by BG3.
No worries.
Used to
You
shove
can, you
as a
can also
bonus
say
action.
something to your allies. You can strategize as a bonus action, or you can make a check to investigate your surroundings. What would you like?
Can I roll to see if there's one that is particularly weak, so I could give that one to Silver?
Oh, and sort of so cruel. I think that you could, yes. In fact, actually, no roll necessary. There's one creature whose half of the head has in fact caved in through time, or perhaps through some blunt instrument injury. And this sort of half apparition of ragged, tattered flesh is currently making its way towards you. Do you just want to push it towards Silver?
So I think I'd kind of like tap it, just like a little tap it, and just for no reason whatsoever, Leonora would decide to name this particular one Brian and be like, Silver, this Brian's for you, and just kind of push it
From
forward.
the shadows insinuates the voice. How dare you shove my uncle Brian? At this point, what's the rest of the party doing?
Scowl.
I want to fire at that monstrosity that I was firing at again.
This big creature attacking Leonora,
Yeah.
you absolutely can. Are you going to use Dissonant Whispers, the first level spell?
Yeah.
Again? Nice. Okay, there's a save in my future. It's another dreadful roll. Roll full damage.
Oh, dude, 15.
15 points?
Yeah. 4, 6, and a 5.
Well, that was my monster. How do you destroy this enormous amalgamation of flesh, Etienne?
Well, I want the spell to enter its like kind of like here, where it's amalgamating, and just kind of explode a massive hole in it, and just like have guts and sinew and all sorts of fantastic viscera just fly out.
Oh, it's so good. How vivid. Yeah, the gobbets of cold flesh pepper each of you as Etienne so marvelously described, KT. We've got, so Etienne destroys this main creature. In fact, KT, take a D4 inspiration dice for that. That was great. So that leaves us with only a paltry few of these creatures left, and we have Silver and Manny.
So what are we left with? We have the shambling Uncle Brian, which is literally on its last remaining leg, I imagine.
Correct.
And is there anything remotely stronger than it?
No, all of these creatures are super on their last legs. There's only 9 of them left.
What sort of weight would you say this creature is in front of me?
Oh, I was it's so strange how the mind of D&D players work. My immediate answer is a barrel full of pennies for reasons that I cannot express. And
Cool.
Human weight, except super dead.
Okay, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Aunt Sheila's skull and use catapult.
Oh, you would defile their marriage with such cruelty.
We are going to rejoin the two lost lovers, but at such kinetic force that kiss will turn it into ground dust.
Make your ranged attack roll, you sicko. It's so good.
Is a 16 enough to hit?
Yeah, you know it is, Brian. Let me see if I'll roll their reconstitution roll. I'm rolling so poorly with these. You are going to crush them together. Is that exactly what happens?
Well, it's a 3d8 and it's 12. It's 12 points of damage. So I would like you to visualize 12 points of damage as Aunt Sheila's face literally comes in for that kiss. As I'm like, say hello to Uncle and before I even get to Bry, it's literally a shard of dust. It's like a shooting star of dust that just like scatters into the distance. And I'd like to think that it just sprinkles over Lenore's face. And I'd be like,
yeah, a few particles of marriage.
It's like
over Lenore's face.
Love.
Indeed,
Is this Leonora going, oh, I'm covered in Brian.
It's not a problem a lot of people have, Rachel, so no worries. So at this point, at this point, see you serve it up, I'll spike it
Psychic
down.
damage.
was-
I'll take the
that-
psychic damage. It's
That
fine.
was a deep cut. That we went
Wow.
deep cut in
Wow.
in
I
session.
thought this was role playing.
Um,
This is fucking therapy.
Andrea, once again, thank you so much for guest starring. So at this point, we actually are with Manny now. I think Manny, depending on what you do, these last few remaining zombies could be cut down quite easily. A lot of them are wreathed in your flame still. What would you like?
First off, Manny's gonna spin back and look at Brian and just go, "You big shiny bastard! That was beautiful!" And he's gonna throw bardic inspiration at you. And then, are there any of the zombies that are close enough together? Are there more than 2 of them or 3 of them that are close together, or is this a stabby situation?
Yeah, for sure. There's in fact they're clumped into groups. There is only 8 of them remaining, and they are in 2 groups of 4.
Okay. I'm gonna look up at Lenora and just say, "Would you mind if I used your shoulder for a second?"
Leonora has never been so excited in her life. She immediately crouches down.
Thank you. I needed the assist on this. And Manny's going to kind of scramble up the side of Leonora and jump off into the closest clump of zombies, just making sure that he clears 7.5 feet from Leonora.
Yes.
And as he comes down, if he is allowed, he makes an adorable little somersault flourish in the air and slams down in a somersault like in a superhero landing, and does a thunder wave as soon as he lands.
Oh, roll damage, and I'm gonna roll some saves.
It's just Leonora going, "See, Silver? That's what being a fucking badass looks like. Fuck yeah!"
I'm surprised you're able to talk with a mouthful of blood. How much damage did you take, you dumb bitch?
What you got?
Oh, do you need healing?
11.
Me.
11 points. So as the thunder wave ripples out, you watch in slow-mo as the little feathers and ribbons of rib-caged skin and old atrophied strings of muscle begin to waft out behind these creatures. The bones begin to fissure and crack. Their permanent undead grins shatter in as the thunder wave plows through them all. As the bones go bursting into the livid dark of the Whiteswood, Manny stands up from the ruin and the rubble of your foes, and around him the bones have in fact formed a great and ostial M.
And that is why I'm the assistant on this one. You're welcome. Manny is happy to assist.
And take a D8 inspiration dice.
Thank you.
Manny, please never leave us.
I-
Please never leave us.
You all hear a sigh of discontent move through the woods, a susurrus sound of dread, but of that voice pitched in hatred, you hear no more for now. What would you like to do?
Leonora's just gonna go over and like fangirl over like Manny and just like crouch down and be like, "Can I pet you?"
Manny would would appreciate the assist in grooming because he is rather dusty after that, and he does not know. I do not want to know what the dust is. Manny breaks character out of distress. He just starts brushing off. He's just got zombie dust all over him.
Yeah.
Out.
And Leonora, who's usually quite like she's a bit clumsy, like she's not really good at like finesse stuff, but she's never been more gentle. She's just like trying to dust his little shoulders, and it's just like this.
Manny uncontrollably starts purring, and at first is heavily distressed by the action because that's not a regular thing, and then just kind of leans into it and starts mushing his head against your hand. Just, oh yes, that is right. Yes, oh, behind the ear. Oh, that feels so good. Yes. Oh, don't look at me. This is embarrassing, but it feels so good.
What would you guys like to do? Would you like to take a short rest? Would you like to venture onwards?
I lost
No,
full health. I'm totally fine. So
I'm at half health and I've only got 1 spell slot left.
What do you wish to do?
I don't know.
You
man,
could
if you need any healing, I'm more than happy to heal my favorite companion.
If you guys take a short rest, you can spend hit dice, which I believe the three siblings have 2 hit dice, and I believe Manny has 3. It's based on level. If you were to take the short rest, an hour in-game time would pass.
And what
Are we ever going to level?
Take it easy, Katie. And at this point, so your death. Use your storm. Yes, what was that?
Oh, what's the hit dice? What hit dice do I roll if we
For
short
a
rest?
barbarian, you have a D12. And Andrea,
okay.
I saw the hand pop up there as well.
Yeah, because I have Song of Rest.
Oh, so you would. So are you guys taking a short rest? Because that would add an additional D6.
I would like to rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tasty.
I would like to not have 6 hit points.
Can I do something else while they all rest?
Yes, you can do something while they rest. Why?
Because I don't need it. I used a cantrip and a spell.
No, as in, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'd like to just pretty much go around and like explore the place and just like see if there's any cool shit or any like looting that can be done from the Scry family.
You can absolutely make an investigation check.
Nice.
And the rest of you, you can roll your hit dice. Manny has a D8, being a bard, and Etienne, being an aberrant mind sorcerer, has D6s. So you can roll up to 2 D6, and then an additional one from Andrea's Song of Rest.
Manny just kind of sits down with his little lute and somehow, beyond all understanding, uses his tiny little cat claws and starts just playing like the theme song of Desperado in the background.
Exquisite.
I did not roll so good, even with 3
Yeah.
dice. I only got a total of 6, but it still gets me up to 20. And I tip my hat to Manny. Desperado inspired me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I do love how it wasn't really that good, and your hit points are higher than my total.
It is.
So I rolled a 7 and then a 4. So that's 11. Do I add that to my 6?
Yes, and you would gain that many hit points back up to your maximum. You don't overshoot.
Oh, okay. So I can't overshoot my maximum. Damn it. Okay.
However, at this point, what did you get on that roll?
24. I sent it in the chat because I didn't think you believed me.
I absolutely believe you, my friend. At this point, Silver, perusing the dusty, cadaverous husks of the Scryer household, you find what looks like different useless objects that indicate that this was a thriving insular community. Deep in the Whiteswood, you find introverted texts that seem to indicate a philosophy of isolationism. In fact, and some diaries expressing real hatred for the upshot women who dare run the town. In fact, there seems to be a thread of pretty ostensible misogyny from the Squire family, an indication of, really horrible things about women having their place in a society. And Aliforna upshot, and not Aliforna, but her ancestors coming sort of being big for her britches, quote unquote. Really disturbing texts like that the Squire family held sacred. However, there's also indications in their writings and in their little journalings, and also in their art, that this family held some magical power and some affiliation for the necromantic arts. They seem to have courted ideas of undeath, with Domno, their patriarch, attempting to gain the facets of power involved in lichdom, becoming an undead wizard of unspeakable power. He seems to venerate the wicked witch that once ruled over the city of Tegeste Lipo, and hates the people who cast her down. And seemingly, while attempting to encourage sort of lichdom in his body and throughout his family, conducted experiments in something called the Heart of the Whiteswood. He also makes mention of a woman called Sarah. Sarah fights him on all of these issues and fights him on his destiny, but he still loves her. She knows her place, he says. At this point, you're able to detect one final thing, my friend, and that is the fact that whatever has happened here in the Whiteswood to destroy this community is undocumented. Seemingly, his experiments were leading up to something really promising, and now you look around, and there's only ruin.
Wow. So
Wasn't Sarah one of the names of the
Sarah Donald.
baubles that Manny destroyed?
So it said Domhnall and it said Sarah on that bauble. And I think that you could probably intuit, Silver, that there was a kind of ritualism in the community. Maybe they hung these up to profess love forevermore. Long may that last.
So I would like to point out that as I'm like going through these journals, be like, wow, how unrelatable. Uppity women not knowing their place. Like, you know, just going through it.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll 30 points of psychic damage. At this point, so what is Silver's reaction to this? What's he feeling, and what's the story?
It's more of an ingrained curiosity because, like, this is a completely isolated area. So like, you know, and like insular and everything like that. That these are stories that will never get out or aren't be told. We're potentially the first people to see the downfall of this place, and there's lessons to potentially be learned in this. And like to be having like a sort of like a scholarly background, like, you know, from Strixhaven Initiate and like stuff like that, Silverquill, like you're having these conversations and like looking at this, I'm like thinking there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. But a part of me is thinking of like, what was he working towards? What was the big bad? But on a more practical front, that's the high level idea in my head. On a more practical front, it's like we now have names, we now have allegiances. We know that they were practicing on death and they had an allegiance. And if we were going to try and deceive, we are essentially non-humanoids. That we could say that we are potentially aligned with the Scry family and that we are a product of this potential right, to essentially like say like, hey, we've always been big believers in you, and like these are our doctrines that we've learned.
It's an interesting sort of avenue that he's exploring mentally. As you return with these thoughts to your new friend Manny and your two sisters, the three of you are able to look around but can't deduce the tangle of the wood properly. And you can see that out of the mist around your ankles forms up another riddle, the voice seeming not to want to speak to you anymore after what you've done to the family. I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I? In the strangeness of the wood, such a goofy little riddle seems oddly disturbing.
I quietly go, a tree?
Are you saying that to your friends or
Yeah, I'm just saying it to like people. I'm just like,
I've
a
got
tree?
you can table talk this to a certain extent.
I have no idea.
Real quick, Brian, did you tell us about the Wicked Witch?
Absolutely.
Or your thoughts?
I would have shared all my thoughts. I would have shared a lot of the high level stuff with yourself, Manny, and with Leonora. But with Etienne, I more than likely would have handed a couple of separate journals to be like, there's a lot of magic stuff in here I don't understand. But like, you'll probably be able to have a better idea of it. But it looks like some spooky shit they did here.
When Manny's quietly strumming along on the lute as you're talking, and as soon as you say the Wicked Witch, the thing about the Wicked Witch, and maybe we'd be aligned with her, all you hear is quang, and one of the strings pops on Manny's lute. And he looks up at you and goes, no. If there is one being on this entire blasted planet that you do not want to align yourself with, it is goddamn well the Wicked Witch. No. You will not. And Manny gets up and just starts pacing back and forth. No, that will not be the Wicked Witch. Beards and zombies. No, not the Wicked Witch. No.
Is everything okay, Manny?
Everything is fine. Just not the Wicked Witch. Never.
So she's wicked.
Manny, the Wicked Witch is the reason that Manny can only live for time, little bits of time as it is. The Wicked Witch is Manny's. Manny does not like.
She sounds like a bit of a bitch.
Manny was cursed by the Wicked Witch. Manny lost everything to the Wicked Witch. I will not align with the Wicked Witch. And he goes back and he pulls another string out of his bag and starts stringing the lute back up again.
You do so.
Okay.
Also, I have no idea what the hell the beard thing is, so I'm useless on that front.
That was great.
Well, I just turn around, like, look at my sisters, and just kind of then look back at Manny and be like, "You have absolutely nothing to worry about. I know these two very well, unfortunately, and I can tell you that none of us three have any desire to align with the Wicked Witch. I'm out of the three of us, I'm the one that comes up with schemes and ideas of things that could make our life easier. But if it hurts you, then we just won't do it. Okay?
That is good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I like people who curse things.
No, she's a real bitch if we're being honest about things.
Yeah. And what do? We kill bitches, right?
Unless they're cool
Awesome.
bitches, then they might leave. Unless they make money happy.
At this point, you can see that the as Manny walks, I think it's unconscious, Manny. I don't think your character would even realize it. There's an occasional stoop in the feline shoulders, as if the weight of the amulet, cursed to hold your soul and life and experience, has grown heavier with acknowledgement, like an illness that only nodded to returns. At this point, my friends, you can also see what looks like a bunch of question marks floating around the riddle, as if the mist is growing deeply impatient.
I'm utterly useless when it comes to riddles. Like,
would you like it again? I'll give it to you again.
No, I got it.
Oh yeah, I got you. I shave every day, but my beard stays the same.
Repeating it doesn't make me any better at riddles.
What are the things that can shave and that can have beards?
I confess I thought beard because of Treebeard from Lord of the Rings.
That was glorious, honestly.
That's okay, man. They got the snow cones, and I'm pretty sure that's not the answer.
I like snow. Wait, but maybe
I
you're
just
onto
thought,
something.
but what if they were just shaving their legs and their beard would stay the same? I think that's how bad I am at riddles.
So maybe if it was a razor. If it was that's why I think you're onto something. If it was a razor.
But a razor doesn't have a beard.
Oh. Well, then a barber?
As soon as you say that, you watch the mist melt away. You watch as Leonora's correct answer flows through the wood, untangling it.
Yes! Leonora, I love you!
Up ahead, seemingly, you can see what looks like small areas.
The rest of the day, I'll be like this.
Yeah, 100%. As your face stays locked in that rictus of unbelief, Silver, and as the rest of you make your way through the woods, knowledge of dealings of with the Wicked Witch begin to weigh oppressive here, like lead mantles upon your shoulders and necks. A creeping tension fills the Whiteswood, so deep and dark and green. As you make your way forwards, you can see where the boskage has become very wild towards the heart of the wood. You can see what looks like small little outcroppings of places of worship and gathering, a well that's half crumbled in on itself, as if knocked down by time's smiting hand. You can see also what looks like a swing upon which there is small letters engraved by the tree that holds it, D and ampersand S.
Yes.
At this point, you can see what looks like a huge superstructure manor, all blasted in by time and the devouring quality of nature. How could it have moved so quickly? I mean, this natural effect of overgrowth can't move this fast. Something did it. Also, you can see what looks like ahead, the final tangle of the limbs with flowers growing, emitting a sickly greenish yellow light, illuminating one final riddle. I lurk around corners, yet am never seen. I have no hands to shake, yet my arms eventually embrace all. What am I?
What was the start of that again?
I got you. I lurk around corners, yet I'm never seen.
I lurk around corners, but I'm never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Really fucking confusing. That's what that is.
What was the second part with the arms?
I have no hands to shake, yet my arms eventually embrace all.
I want to say shadow.
I was going to say shadow or darkness, but that doesn't necessarily. Darkness is the answer to like every riddle.
Yeah, darkness doesn't have arms though.
Yeah, it doesn't have arms. It doesn't fit.
Death's embrace. Does death have arms?
The voice in disguise.
Etienne?
Medic.
As soon as Etienne says death, you watch as the flowers wilt, the petals rushing away on the gust of wind. As the final untangling happens, you come into the grove of the ritual. Hanging all around this final grove of dark gnarled elms, whose bark seems to stretch in unholy striated grins, the trees leering at you, all of them draped in what looks like boas of moss and anacondas of lichen. And you can see that the snakish, spiderish quality of this place is all filled with little effigies. And those effigies, Manny, send a cold shiver up your spine, for they are simple wood carvings and whittled statues of a figure, and that figure has a great nose, a pointed hat, and sits astride a broom. In the heart of this place, where once a ritual to the Wicked Witch happened, stands a creature. It wears armor of purple, faded into a kind of sickening lavender, studded in spikes, including great curved ones at the epaulettes and at the elbow and at the knee. You can see this figure's face is a sunken skull with little drifts of fine white hair blowing around it in a breeze that does not reach this place but seems supernatural in origin. From the eyeball-less sockets, you can see pinpoints of red waxing and waning. On its hip, a curved dark saber, free of rust and yet pulsing with a black light. On its back, a quiver and a bow. Domhnall Scryer stands before you. I knew you would come. My family strived, and you are strivers too. I smell it. And your stink, he indicates Manny, your feline stench. I smell a foe of the witch has come. Sink, draws the sword, and I shall have your cat's blood. What say you, wooden folk? Leave me this, points to Manny, and you shall go free.
No.
Is this what Sarah would have wanted?
Okay. Immediately we're in initiative. As soon as he says that, we're right into a fight, and that was awesome, Brent. I think you would all see the pinpoints of red flare, and you would know that he's about to attack. But
Leonora, you're up.
You get to yes,
don't forget to rage.
Batter up. So, my friends, at this point, you are up against our campaign's first mini boss, Domhnall Scryer. He is a little weaker than some of the foes that you will face should you survive this encounter. But villains have little actions that they can do just after each of your turns. So just to note that I'm not trying to interrupt you guys. It's just how the monsters will work in this campaign. They have little interruptions that they can do. So don't worry when that happens. Okay, first things first, our players. Who's going first?
Before we decide turn order, just when he asks for the cat,
Yes.
and I think Leonora would like lean down to Manny and just be like, don't worry, we're gonna fuck his shit up.
Yeah, Eddie was like, no, not giving up the cat.
Do not worry. Manny's sword has been thirsting for the blood of this asshole for a very long time. I may not know his name, but I do know his type, and he's going to die.
So all of this is beautiful, but because I literally just said the Sarah thing, and I'm like, oh fuck, I immediately cast Catapult and like launch the effigy at its face. And I'm like, ah shit.
You launch one of the Wicked Witch effigies at him.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you love her so much, have her.
Oh, that's so good. Yes, so immediately make your ranged attack.
Excellent. Well done, Silver.
Well, this isn't going to go well. Am I able to add any inspiration to hits?
To attack rolls, yes, you
Attack
are.
rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so cool. So that's 9 plus
Plus?
so that's 10
Altogether, my friend?
altogether. So here's the thing. Catapult doesn't say anything about it to hit. It just says it's instantaneous and it has an attack save of Dex 13.
Oh, it's a save. Thank you very
It's a
much.
save.
I will roll.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Does it result in half damage upon a hit?
yes.
Oh, my friend, in that case, you will deal half damage, but it will only graze Domhnall Scryer.
Okay. So then give me a second. Half damage. Yeah, so it'll be 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 bludgeoning reduced to 3?
No, 12 reduced to 6.
A good roll, Brian. Excellent. And so, Silver, as you send this thing streaking with cinders flashing behind it, as it grazes Domhnall's head, You would throw her at me, she who took my Sarah and the rest of the unbelieving women. As he says that, the rest of you can take your turns, but it seems that Domhnall Scryer has no love for the Wicked Witch anymore.
Manny reaches over to Etienne and kind of puts his little furry arm around her for a second and just says,
You know what? Manny believes in you, even when you don't. And we're going to kick his ass.
and you get Bardic Inspiration, and then Manny's going to run full speed into the clearing and try to stab him.
You got this. Take your roll.
And I have to attack with an actual weapon. So, rapier. Oh, Andy, you got to attack first, you dummy.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So it's an attack roll plus your dex and proficiency.
Okay, so it is 18 plus 5, so 23.
Holy shit, that hits.
And then 5 for damage plus 5. So 10 damage. And I think that's all I do. I don't do the other thing unless I've done Bardic Inspiration. So yeah, 10 damage.
An exquisite.
Oh wait, no, I'm wielding one hand. I have the duelist. So two more, so 12.
Oh my god, an excellent hit. Where are you aiming for?
I'm going right for the heart. This bastard represents everything I hate in the world, so Manny is swinging directly for the heart. I don't know how tall this guy is, so that might not just be his diaphragm. I'm not sure.
Oh no, it will. It will plunge directly through it. His cold white hand closes on your arm, pulls the blade deeper, and says, "It rotted long ago. Here, pussy, pussy." And you watch as his hand illuminates in necrotic energy. He's going to use his villain action to use Life Drain. I need
Andy,
Andrea.
when you were going to like stab, I 100% thought you were going to say I went straight for the dick. 100% thought.
Glorious. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, my feline friend.
We will do 14.
14 is a success.
Woo!
Instead of taking 10 points of necrotic damage, you take 5.
I will take the 5, thank you.
And you watch as some of the wound that you have pierced and some of the graze left scorched in the cheek seals up. He heals a little from that.
Manny just looks up and goes, I may not be here long, you piece of shit, but I'm taking you with me.
Yeah, no, you in terms of one-liners, you win. And at this point, by far. Yeah, I know, cash money, so good. So at this point, we still have 2 people left to go.
Okay.
Sorry. Leonora is just dabbing every time, like Manny speaks in the background, just like going for it.
So that's Rachel's action. And Katie?
Sorry, Katie, you go first. I'm
Well,
still dabbing.
I've got like one useful spell, so I'm going to use it to hit its head because that makes sense. And really, Etienne's thinking, dude, I've just got to fucking do something about getting some more spells because this is ridiculous. So I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers. Ooh, 14. Can I use one of my inspo rolls? I've got like 2 inspo
You
rolls.
for sure can. What is this attack you're using?
Huh? I'm using
What's-
Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, you're using dissonant. So
Yeah.
I need to
Didn't I
roll and
say
see if
that?
it has effect.
I thought I said that.
He is going to succeed, so he's only going to take half damage. He rolled a 17.
Bastard. But I got a 3 added to it from my inspo roll.
Oh, so that doesn't affect the so
Oh,
if you see what I
damn
mean,
it.
Katie,
Does
it
anything
affects-
affect the damage?
does it affect the damage, Andrea?
No,
Inspiration?
because I'm not a Valor Bard, unfortunately. That was what it
Okay.
was. Yeah,
Totally
swords.
okay. But it will still be 3d6 halved.
Okay. So yeah, so it was 14, so half is 7.
7, it's still, I mean,
And
it's
I'm
still...
far away, dude. I'm far away, so he can't necrotic me. 'Cause I'm far away, right? He can't
I like
necrotic me.
the comma dude, like you need to persuade me about it, like Jack, don't you dare. Don't you do it. I'm like, I don't need convincing, it's okay. An exquisite strike, and despite the fact that this creature's mental fortitude is in place, you can watch as a moment of disorientation racks it, because you still do a huge amount of damage. We still have a Leonora, though.
Leonora is dying sick, but she's drinking from a bottle of wine that has a wolf on it.
Mhm.
So she's feeling inspired. She's had a glass. She's good to go. So she rages and she screams her battle cry of Leonora Jenkins.
Enrage? Is she enrage?
She is. I just said it. I said her bonus action rage.
Yeah,
And I've actually
yeah,
already rolled. I rolled everything already while people were taking their
Yes.
turns. So I only
Nice.
rolled an 11, 12, 13, 14. I rolled a 14 to hit, but I do have Bardic Inspiration, so I rolled a d6, adding 4 to that, so that's 18 to hit.
Oh, 18 hits.
18 to hit. And then I rolled on my d12, I rolled a 9, so plus 3 slashing damage. Yes, I still need my fingers. I'm in character, and it's 12 points of damage.
It's an incredible strike. Where are you aiming?
In the dick.
I see. So as the creature leers
it
down
withered like
towards
the heart.
Manny attempts to, as Manny says their line in response to Domhnall Scryer saying that his heart rotted a long time ago. You learn through the sound that emits from his decayed throat that not everything rotted over time. However, it could still be split in half. As the axe buries itself in his groin, the creature... you watch as dust billows up from the ancient armor, and something ichorous and lumpen drips from within the armor.
Jack, that sound that you made as I hit it in the dick was genuinely distressing. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
It's
I
worse when
appreciate
you have a
that.
dick, trust me.
That would be the reason that Manny did not aim there, to be honest. Manny knows the pain.
Yeah, just because we're in this dreadful fight to the death doesn't mean we cannot be gentle.
Chivalry.
There is no reason to throw civility out the window, okay? Let's be honest.
At this
Fight
point,
with honor.
it is Domhnall Scryer's turn. He is going to take 3 strikes with his black longsword. He's going to take...
That's what they're calling it now.
I'm about to say that wand better be bigger than your dick.
I am annoyed that KT is out of melee range and will aim 2 strikes at Leonora and one at Manny. Leonora, that is a 16 and an 18 to hit. Manny, that is a 14 to hit.
Yeah, dead on.
Excellent.
Hits. Yeah.
Both of
So,
you are
by the
going
way, just sorry, Jack. Would
Yeah.
I be able to use silvery barbs as a reaction?
does that impose
to save?
disadvantage?
So what happens is like one reaction when you take a creature you can see blah 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 succeeds on an attack roll. You magically distract the triggering creature and turns momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
I got you. Whose attack are you attempting to negate? One of the ones
Manny's.
that hit Leonora? Manny. Okay. Manny, that is a 13 versus your AC.
That is 1 under. That does not hit.
Yes.
You big shiny bastard! I love you.
Tiny fist bump.
Tiny cat bump.
So
I can use silvery bobs too. Is that a cantrip?
It is a first level spell slot, isn't it?
No, it's a.
It is.
I think it's. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Don't worry.
If you have a level 2 though, you can upcast it, can't you? It just won't do anything extra.
No.
These guys don't have level 2 spell slots yet, I don't think.
Oh,
No, we don't.
Sorry,
We
my
don't.
bad. Continue.
It's all good. Sorry. I just thought.
At this point,
Oh, that's on my list.
No, that's my apology because I'm coming up with irrelevant facts. Sorry. Ignore me.
So you cast the silvery barbs, and Manny is able to use the opportunity to dodge languidly out of the way. However, Leonora, you are struck twice for 14 points, reduced to 7, but 2 points of necrotic damage, which you take all of. So 9 points altogether. The creature, it lashes out with the sword twice, slicing into the wooden skin of your sister and sending one last strike towards Manny, who elegantly gets out of the way. Domhnall's face is stretched in a hideous rictus of hatred. You hear the breath rushing up and down the hideous column of his windpipe. The creature is set on killing the 4 of you by any means necessary. It's back to your turn.
Manny looks up at Leonora and says, I don't suppose that you would mind occupying him for a second so I can get around the other side. I figure, why try again when the last thing worked really well? Manny's going to try to get to the other side and cast Thunder Wave. I just don't want it to hit Leonora. Because it'll fuck up Leonora.
You will either hit yourself or Leonora.
Well, it radiates from me, so it shouldn't hit me at all.
That
but
works. Excellent. I thought it was a that's so good, Andrea.
Yeah, it comes from me, so it's a circle around me, basically.
You're all that works perfectly. So as you
So wait, would it be better for Manny to not be next to me than rather around the back?
Yeah, I gotta go. I just gotta be not next to you, basically. I gotta be 7.5 feet away from you, essentially, because it's 15 feet diameter, so 15-foot cube.
I think. No, in terms of the proximity, I don't think that makes sense. I think you would have to actually move slightly away from the white, allowing an attack of opportunity in order to not catch Leonora at all.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I think it should be fine.
I got you. I'll take a swing.
Theoretically, it should be fine. Manny may regret this, but Manny is in the heat of the battle, so.
So Leonora is standing there. He's the Domhnall is after kicking the shit out of me a little bit, and I'm just like, you rock his world, Manny. Go for it.
I think, Leonora, even as you say that, there might be a prelude to that where the creature tries to swing around. I get a 12 on my attack roll versus Manny. As the creature reaches around to try and swing at the cat, I think, Leonora, would you like a bear hug on this guy?
Oh, yeah. Like, I will happily give up my turn to just try and grapple him.
I would never make you do that, just for flavor.
Yeah, just tries to just bear hug him and just hold him in place.
Holding this creature in place, and you manage to, at the just right time for the cat to cast it, you manage to tuck behind the creature, holding its arms behind it, as the thunder wave hits it full on in the face. I will roll a dexterity saving throw. Is it con?
It is dexterity, I believe, and I'm upcasting it at level 2. So,
no.
And I believe it has it pushes 10 feet back if it hits him. So
you're behind him. Please tell me there's a wall.
It's going to push you 10 feet at the same time or into you. I don't know which happens.
No. This is how this is going to work. Leonora, while Andy is rolling damage, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Fuck yeah.
Against the wall.
Okay.
You'll see.
14 damage.
Oh my god.
Oh my
And
god.
for any factoids, it blows everything in a 15-foot cube 10 feet. So if there's rocks or sticks or anything, they risk blowing out.
Oh, that's fabulous. And Rachel, how did you roll that roll? Did you
I rolled
crit?
a 1.
Okay. This is how that manifests.
I feel like Rachel's
As
about to
the
get caught in a
creature-
thunder wave.
As the
Please
creature
bring back
is-
the ruined penis. Just that she caused.
As the creature is slammed backwards, Leonora, the creature is in fact blown over your bulk by the sheer force of it. And as the creature is scooped over you, your axe embedded in its groin takes you with it. And you are flung arse over tea kettle until slamming into a tree, taking a single point of bludgeoning damage. And furthermore, as the creature, Domhnall, roars his rage at being sent blasting back, he will grasp onto your throat and send a great shiver of necrotic energy through. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, me?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, even as he's like going to choke me, like Leonora just gives Manny like a little thumbs up. It's being like, no, it's good. That was really cool.
You're upside down, so it's like.
What's it?
Manny, sorry.
It's okay. Is it a D20 I roll?
Always with the saving throws, yes.
Okay. Oh fuck! I only have strength checks advantage. Do I add my strength modifier to dexterity?
Only Constitution.
Sorry, Constitution.
And I think you're proficient in them because of being a barbarian.
Yes, +4, bitch. Oh my god, 18.
18 is a success. Instead of taking 10 necrotic damage, you take 5.
Fucking hell, guys. Okay, no,
Is
we're fine.
she
We're fine.
still alive?
Is Leonora?
Yeah.
Leonora, I think, is still up.
And
Okay.
Manny still has his bonus action, right?
Which, Andrea?
Manny still has his bonus action, right? Because that was
He
his.
does.
And Manny's gonna look over at Leonora and goes, "That was badass!" And he's gonna cast a level 2 healing word.
Oh, Andrea, in terms of casting leveled spells.
Oh, that's
can
right. You
only
can't
cast
cast
them-
2 in the same turn. You're right. 100%. Sorry. My bad. Ignore me. Manny
Apologies.
gives you 2 thumbs up. Very theatrical.
Sorry.
He's very supportive.
Even though,
Yeah, honestly,
even though Leonora wasn't healed, she feels like spiritually she was healed by
It's
that
the
thumbs up.
emotional damage. That's
Yeah.
the real killer.
That's really that really helped her in that moment.
Yes. Speaking of, who would like to go next?
So,
Oh,
sorry, go on. Etienne.
no, I'm just gonna cast the same spell. That's what I do.
Dissonant Whispers?
Yeah.
Do you have a
That's
spell
like
slot?
all I've got. Yeah, because we rested, remember?
Short rest doesn't give you back your spell slots.
Oh. Well, then I suck. I guess
Welcome
I can
to
cast
Cantrip Town.
Mind Sliver. Yeah, Mind Sliver sucks, dude. Okay.
I love
Oh,
that.
yay. 5.
Wait, but do you have to roll to hit first?
Oh, do I? Okay. Well, but Mind Sliver is a cast spell, right?
Does it require a saving throw or is it a ranged spell attack?
It's ranged and it requires
Excellent.
13 intelligence.
Saving throw, does it say?
Yeah.
Delish. Okay, I will make a saving throw for him.
And it's got a 60-foot range.
That is only a 5 on my dice roll, so you get to roll all damage.
Oh, I rolled damage of 5.
Best to roll the damage after the attack succeeds, KT.
Oh, okay. Well, I can only use 1d6.
It rolls 1d6 points of damage. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Glorious.
That's why I said 5.
Oh no, but did you roll after the attack roll hit or before?
I rolled it before. I rolled it before you did your saving throw.
Ah, yes. Roll it after.
Oh, okay.
You did.
4.
I mean, it's still pretty good. And what does it look like? One of my favorite things about the session so far is at the end being like, oh, I guess I'll use the powerful method of my arcane prowess to send a mind spike into the head of my enemy. I suppose.
Super badass. Totally underplaying yourself, KT. You're awesome.
So awesome.
It says, I think, 1d6 psychic damage on a failure.
Yes.
No, don't worry. It's only 4 damage. Kind of sucks. And it just pierces in through the head and out the other side. There you go.
Oh, is that all it does? Sorry, Leonora
Yeah.
is over here, and all she does is she yells her name and then swings with the great axe. That's like her stick.
Like
You
it's
know,
a
that's-
mind sliver. It's not like a mind explosion thingy. So it just kind of like goes.
Well,
straight through.
Leonora is sitting there going like, she doesn't just fuck you up. She like fucks you up. She's very.
You say that to Domhnall.
Yeah, I'm like, as she's casting it, it's like, yeah.
There is a psychic spike in my head. At this point, I think he, Silver, you're up last.
Oh yeah. So you can't do 2 cantrips on a turn, can you?
Alas, no.
Okay, that's totally fine. This time around, I will use thaumaturgy, and
Okay.
I would like to use thaumaturgy to use like one of the things you're able to create is an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers. And ominous whispers, I think, would be very, very good if it was, oh, I don't know, maybe a lot of female voices saying that you failed us. You never fought the Wicked Witch and instead hid here in your angry little forest. You never avenged us.
Okay. So here's some stuff. First things first. Make an intelligence check for me, if you would.
I don't like when you do this. Oh no! Oh, that's 7. Looks like a 1 on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Sorry. 7 plus 3, 10.
Brian, this is an important role, so would you like to add inspiration to it of any kind? Anyone else can add them as well.
Add inspiration?
To Brian, if you have any to spend, it is an important role. I don't mind telling you.
I only had the 1 and I used it already. Otherwise, I passed
I
it
have
on.
1 because I couldn't use it. 3.
You're also
it's a default. Okay, yeah, so 13.
That's 13.
I have one too. I have my unused DM inspiration still. So will that work the same way?
It would. It's a D8 in this case.
Oh,
And
because
so
I didn't
Manny
use that
looks
one
over
either.
and goes, yeah, what that guy fucking said. And
Andy, do you want to roll it for me?
not particularly. You have no idea how well I've rolled in comparison to prior games.
I will roll it and blame myself. And blame myself I will. That's a 1.
Oh no!
That's 14, right?
14?
14.
Okay.
Very smart.
I think that you would know, my friend, that in fact, based on Domhnall's words and his reaction to the whispers, it was not a case of the Wicked Witch destroying the women of this community. Quite the contrary. It seems that those women who did not subscribe to the hideous doctrine of the Scryer family were in fact whisked away, and ruin was laid by the Wicked Witch to those who attempted to worship her, and those who executed cruel lives upon the women who lived here. It seems as if the Wicked Witch was retributive.
Called that one wrong.
Oh,
well.
shit.
So, do I
However,
know this in time after my, did this happen before or after I did the whispers?
Brian, I know what you're capable of when it comes to the role play. Let's say that it happens before.
Okay. Thank fuck.
Everyone just did a little clap, and I felt very seen. That was great.
It's like mark of a good DM. Don't let a player make a speech and then rob them. That was great. Well done.
Okay.
Brian, what you got?
Okay, so the whispers instead are going to be of... Yeah, it's not going to be female voices at all. It's going to be male voices of being like, all of his brethren, of being like, you should have killed her. You should have killed her. She made a mockery of us. We were powerful. We were this close. We were this close to reaching the pinnacle. And you let her fucking take it all away from us. You're weak. And now you sit here alone. You haven't done anything.
Would you all be comfortable doing something? I'd like to super quick roleplay Donald's reaction. Would you all be comfortable whispering things along those lines in whatever? No pressure. But if you, I know we have a professional voice actor here. But as these whispers overcome Donald, don't be afraid to talk over each other here. What does it sound like? These whispers.
You don't believe in yourself
You're
just
terrible.
as well as we
You
never did.
fucking
You did not
worthless.
You are.
You had one
You
job.
are very
Tiny dick syndrome.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No one
You all watch
ever
as
did.
the creature
No one
begins
ever
to,
did.
he begins to claw at himself. He's clawing. At this point, everyone, including Brian, you're going to roll 2d12 psychic damage, and everyone else is going to roll 1. So we're going to have 5 altogether.
D12?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I rolled a 1.
There we not go.
Did you say 2d12?
So Brian is rolling 2d12. Everyone else is rolling 1. Just because
11.
11, so that's 12 altogether.
8.
And 8, so that's 20. And Brian, what did you get on your 2?
18.
38 points.
Well played, Silver. Holy shit.
Gang, with 35 health remaining, you watch as Domhnall begins to disintegrate, his flesh flecking away on this invisible breeze. I think Brian, if you'd like to, just because you were the arbiter of this, what is the creature's final moment? I'm not even going to give it the dignity of a final speech. This monstrous and misogynistic fuck that it is. You go ahead and tell me how he dies.
Probably just walk up, like as he's like in his final like moments of looking up, maybe thinking there's going to be a back and forth. I just like reach straight down and take the bow from that was on his back and be like, oh, this looks really useful. And then just like walk away from him.
Lifting into dust without a sound, just indignity and ruin. Domhnall Scryer. Yes, Etienne, please.
That disintegration, and that is what I aspire to with my spells. That's what I want.
Can I just say, the thaumaturgy is one of the most useless spell cantrips I have. Do you know what the other abilities of it are? It's like your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. You cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. Like, this is literally how useless that ability is. So thank you, Jack, for allowing that narrative like to just unfold. Thank you.
Of course.
That was super cool. Loved that. Thank you.
Y'all were the awesome folks who carried it out. Now, just to keep things moving, y'all investigating this area can find little offerings that were made to the Wicked Witch. Manny, please.
Can I cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
Oh my god, Andrea making my job easy for me. As Manny is able to, as you all are taking a look around, kicking, whoever wants to can claim, by the way, Domhnall's studded leather armor. It grants an AC of 12 plus your dexterity modifier. Rachel, as a barbarian, I don't know if you can wear armor.
You said dexterity, and I immediately went no.
That's true. But anyone who wishes to can claim that studded armor, and it can claim the dark longsword and the bow and the quiver. And the quiver has 30 arrows in it.
Doesn't it have like holes in it from where axes penetrated certain body parts?
There are some, yes, indeed. But as is the case with many things,
we knew an artificer that could, repair things.
Well, that's
maybe
true.
You should just do it.
Also, as with the case with many things in life, the presence of holes doesn't necessarily make anything less awesome. And at this point, you can claim that for your own, and Manny executes the end of the Detect Magic spell. Manny, ting, 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 4 pings of energy awaken your senses in the immediate area. Offerings to the Wicked Witch that were spurned. You can absolutely claim them and present them to your party should you wish. But what you can see is, as you gather them, there's a ring, a set of boots, some sort of facial mask, very, very small, that covers the eyes, and what looks like a javelin shaped like a lightning bolt.
You guys watch as tiny little Manny kind of walks around this clearing, picking stuff up and kind of mumbling to himself. But what you do notice is that as Manny's doing that, he's kind of stumbling and having to catch himself on all four paws and
no.
shaking his head and standing back up again and picking things up and bringing them over. And as he comes over to the middle of the clearing where you guys are, he kind of stumbles for a second and puts everything down and just says, Manny does feel that the time is almost here. But he is really glad that he was able to help. He found these things. And he shows them to you guys.
Eddie's going to come over and give Manny a pat on the back because she really does love cats.
Oh, Manny loves the pets. Manny does not know why it makes him uncomfortable, but at the same time, he loves it so much. Manny's really conflicted about it, honestly. And he leans against ATN and kind of just, and he purrs super loud and embarrassingly.
Best purr ever.
I think Leonora would like lean down and would just be like, part of the reason I'm out in this world is to figure out who I am and what kind of person I want to be when I eventually become human. And fighting with you today has shown me that if I am very lucky, I hope I am a little bit more like Manny.
That was really sweet, Lenora.
And she holds out her fist for one final little fist
tiny
bump.
kitty bump.
The one little
Gang,
baby bump.
also just hate to cut across the gorgeous farewells. I mean, we do have another hour.
Okay, so what did you bring us, Manny?
Manny's just tripping. Yeah, Manny's just tired. That's it.
What is this stuff? Yeah, me too. I felt like the time was over.
In fact, I love that. There's a moment where Manny's leaning up perhaps against a tree and just panting, and then the two of you exchange a look. And Manny looks at you and nothing happens. He's still there.
And he just looks around and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I send the wrong message? Manny's just very tired. And it is almost time. But I've got a little bit longer if we want to go do more stuff."
Okay, so
I had this idea.
What is this stuff that we have here? This mask looks really interesting.
Leonora is so embarrassed, she walks off. She's like, I need to take a walk, and she just walks away for a minute because she's mortified.
Manny runs behind her and attaches to her back in a big I don't even think he can reach all the way around her. I think he just attaches to the back of her and goes, "It is okay. Manny believes in you, and Manny really appreciated the sentiment. He's having a hard time, so he really liked the affirmations. Thank you."
Etienne is more interested in the items now.
Yeah, exactly.
She's over the embarrassment and the heartfelt moment. It's gone. Exactly. It's in the past.
Yeah. 100%.
What the fuck are these magic glowy things in front of her?
Silver, are you also interested in the magic items?
Well, so two of my abilities are mending and identify.
Yes.
So like I can repair all the things and I can also identify all the things. However, identify is a first level spell slot and I have none of them left. So at this moment in time, I am useless. Now, I just wanted to point out that this is incredibly frustrating for me because this is literally my bread and butter. This is the shit I enjoy. And I had to use all of my fucking abilities on useless combat, which is your favorite thing. So this is bullshit.
Is identify a ritual? Does it have the ritual tag?
Ranger touch.
Yeah.
It would have it after the name. It would say identify parenthesis.
R ritual.
Rituals. Yeah, you can cast it for free for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So as casting identify, I can tell you what you all have, and then we shall because I know we only have Andrea for this session, and potentially others in the future. We shall see. But at the moment, I just don't want to waste time. So first of all, the mask. What you can see is a dark grey mask with two crystal grey lenses and a strap around the back. There's small little kind of protrusions coming down the side. These are the eyes of the eagle. They require attunement. A character can have a maximum of 3 magic items attuned at any time. These crystal lenses fit over your eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. So those are the eyes of the eagle. The next is a ring. It's a skull-shaped ring with a single, what looks like a yellow gemstone embedded in one eye, with the other simply just a rotted piece of, or rather a decayed piece of metal. It's a band of iron. It's very cold to the touch. It has 3 charges and regains 1d3 or 1d6 halved expended charges at dawn. As an action while wearing the ring, you can expend one of the charges to cast Fog Cloud, the spell, creating a great deal of obscurity. So this is the Ring of Obscuring. Then we have the Boots of Elven Kind, lovely stitched green affairs with kind of wonderful forest and wilderland-like embroidery. While wearing these boots, these don't require attunement, by the way, and the Ring of Obscuring does. But the Boots of Elven Kind can just be worn. While you wear them, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you're moving across. You have advantage on stealth checks that rely on moving silently. Lastly, we have the Javelin of Lightning. The javelin is a magic weapon. When you hurl it and speak its command word, the player who takes it and attunes to it, it doesn't require attunement, you can just wield it, they set the command word. So it could be pickles, thunder, cake, whatever you wish. Don't like that those are my first 3 choices. The spear, when you hurl it, transforms into a bolt of lightning upon the command word, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out in front of you for 120 feet. Each creature in the line, not including you and the target, have to make a dexterity saving throw or take 4d6 lightning damage.
Is the spear a single-use item, or can you retrieve it after a fight, or?
It can be retrieved. It can be retrieved from the enemy, but the property where it turns into a lightning bolt can't be used until the next dawn. So until a long rest, basically. But in the meantime, the javelin can still be used as a magic weapon. Who claims what?
And then what about the bow and the sword that were on our enemy?
It's merely a long sword and a long bow, dealing the specific damages of those mundane weapons. Domhnall's undead qualities were able to imbue the sword and the bow with a little extra necrotic damage, but other than that, they are a mundane.
Cool.
Javelin, please, if no one else would like it.
I can't use a javelin, so you can have that.
Javelin of Lightning.
And in terms of fog, I mean, Katie, you were looking for more spells.
Yeah,
Fog Cloud.
I was looking for useful spells.
Oh, Fog Cloud is class. Are you kidding? You bring that up and then you throw some fucking lightning into it? Oh, yeah. You've got Zeus up in this bitch.
You
like,
talked
that
me
sounds
into
amazing.
It. I like the fog ring. I wanted the cool looking mask that I can just possess an owl and then I can see.
You could potentially have both, depending on Silver's preferences. If he wants the boots, or what would you like?
No, I'm happy to let all of these go to the 2 girls.
Leonora is immediately suspicious of Silver's generosity.
That seems very nice.
No, next time we get a loot drop, just remember that you took these ones.
I knew it. I knew it would come with the tag.
Yes.
Just for that, Manny, as you guys are doling stuff out, Manny ritual casts Unseen Servant in the background, purely to polish Silver's armor. Purely for that purpose. It's the only reason.
It's glorious. And Silver, as that, so you can attune to those magic items that require attunement. I think they're both going to go to, unless, who wants the Boots of Elvenkind?
I wouldn't mind the boots for stealth.
Perfect.
And the ring, and then you could have the eyes.
I think the eyes should go to Silver. I think you'd use them the most, to be honest. It also might help you look a little cooler. Win-win.
It's a grey mask, not silver.
Oh, I swear to God.
I see.
I swear to God.
Alas, there is no magic item for pure and utter pedantry. So at this point, my friends, as you dole those out, where would you like to head? Would you like to head in the direction of Castle Sweets, or would you like to head back to town, or would you like to head towards the Muffin Man?
We have to rest because we can't do shit right now.
Okay.
I think Lenora is on her last hit points, like 2 of them, and I have no spell slots to like speak of.
I got you.
And
should you
like
take
Silver
another
and I are
rest?
fucking useless right now. So
No, I got you.
Well, I mean, Silver is.
Thaumaturgy. We saw what thaumaturgy did.
There is.
Silver's.
It
I
is
was going
the
to say
case-
Silver's useless full stop, but that actually was pretty cool. So
yeah.
I got you. And it is the case, though, that you should know that while there are no mechanical disadvantages to taking rests, long rests and short rests, there are story-based ones. Time will pass and developments can happen, just to let you know.
But if we don't take rests, we're gonna die.
yeah, I
Um,
think we should chance resting and then head on to the
Okay.
Muffin Man. To be honest.
okay. In that case, you all want to take a long rest here in the Whiteswood?
Yeah, why the fuck not? Dude, you don't have Silver, love, you don't have any spell slots left. What the fuck are you gonna do when we come up on the next
Thaumaturgy,
thing?
vicious mockery, mending.
Oh,
Fireball.
yeah, you think
cantrip
it's gonna
stitch.
work every time on a dude that doesn't have severe hang-ups? No, it's not.
Everyone we meet has severe hang-ups. Everyone.
As you can hear the sounds of bickering in the background, Manny, stepping with your boots, your irrevocably, irredeemably strange boots that should not exist and could not exist, and yet here they are, just like you. You step into one of the little spears of sunlight, and you can see those dust motes dancing in the spear. And the gold of it, the sheer rich gold of it, seems to be a kind of an emblem or a summary of life. And for a moment, the full richness of the forest washes over you. Its loamy, sweet smells, and its ebbing, sinister qualities, no longer there, but replaced by something and something sweet. And it feels so good to be here, and so cold and bad to be in the amulet. That nothingness, that void. And what's Manny thinking at this moment?
Manny's reveling in the feeling of the air against his fur, against what it feels like to have actual ground under his feet. Again, he's reveling in feeling like a member of a party again, because it's been a really long time. And he's just glad he was able to help and strike one tiny blow back. But right now, he's smelling the forest. He's feeling the air, because it's been a really long time.
My friends, as you complete your long rest, as you heal up, and as those little spears and lances of sunlight soften to pink red, and then to a kind of a rich, ethereal, moony light, as the four of you feel invigorated by it, and the fact that beyond that canopy lie the stars, and constellations can be good company on adventure. Where are you headed now? I think we can cap off one more thing before we need to go, unless anyone's under really big time pressure. Excellent. Where shall you go?
I think we need to ask ourselves: do you know the Muffin Man?
Dear Christ.
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Do I know the Muffin Man?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Oh, yes, I know the Muffin Man.
Oh,
Well, actually, and sorry. Look, if I need to be completely clear as the DM here, just to make sure all the facts are straight, she is married to the Muffin Man.
Fair. Who lives on Drury Lane?
Yeah, the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man,
the
exactly.
Muffin Man.
He's married to the Muffin Man. So at this point, some commenters commenting at Glorious, and you all make your way in the direction out of the Whiteswood, leaving it behind towards Don Bartolo, the Muffin Man's oven. Let me describe this for you.
As Manny is becoming more acquainted with his cat body, he has climbed up into the trees and is hopping from branch to branch, because that seems like that's a lot of fun to do. So that's how he's traversing. He's got an eye out.
Oh, glorious. At this point, as you are doing so, making your way to... Oh, yeah. Okay. Where is this? Glorious. Heading west out of the Whiteswood and through Calumny, the little town, which is winding down and settling for the evening with bawdy, lively sounds coming from the Stout Fox Inn, going from wild hedge to rhododendron thicket to the Scuff Shoe Road and further into the wild low hills. You can see ahead what looks like a little stony arrangement of structures. Inside there are no houses, only oblongs of pared, shaved, carved rock, and all sorts of machinery attached to winches and fat crooked cranes, and all around there's a smell or a memory of a smell encased in the foundations of this place of something warm and sweet and wonderful. Quick to deductions as crickets are to leaping, you realize that this must be the oven. One huge inorganic lump that has not labored in a long time since the overthrow of the Muffin Man by Queen Bargnot and her goblin horde. Looking around, you can eventually sense a certain heat kissing your wooden skin and your fur. It's coming from there, between those two enormous whisk bowls and their cobwebbed whisks, each as tall as a pillar in a palace. You can see the ripple of superheated air. There's a sound, too. A sound that is so strange. For a moment, you're not sure you've heard it until it comes again. A rasp. What would you like to do?
I think Silver should go and check it out.
Glorious.
Leonora's like, I agree.
Really, you can control flying animals that can literally scout better than any human. And
Manny
you
could
want to
cast-
send me.
Manny could cast the magic detection again if it might help with the ritualing. But that takes 10 minutes, so it's going to be a little bit if he wants to do that.
I can't summon the flying creatures because we have a butterfly hovering around us and they're going to eat it.
Okay.
We've been
Butterfly's
over
gone.
this.
Isn't the butterfly gone?
You will always have the blue fairy close to call, close at hand, but you can store it in places if you like. It is a gift from your father.
Oh.
Just know we'll blame Etienne if anything happens to the blue fairy.
Are we trying to get somebody to scout ahead to look, just to see?
Well, we heard the noise, and I don't really want to go check it out in case it's something that's going to bite my hand off.
This is Manny's purview. Manny is a stealth character, so if we need to, we can send Manny in to scout, honestly.
Can we briefly give Manny the boots, the elven boots?
Yeah, they don't
like,
actually require...
Awesome.
You can.
Here, use the elven stealth boots.
That would actually grant you advantage on your stealth check, Andrea,
Okay, cool.
as Manny moves forward. So exchanging one set of for another, glorious. Yeah.
They're so big.
And the boots don't attune. So actually, the silence is in fact coming from the fact that Manny is waddling so slowly into the distance. That is where the silence comes from, and yet such silence. Manny, as you head forward, the goal of this little adventure echoes through your mind, discussed with your friends on the way here. The group is trying to, in order to defeat Great Queen Bargnot's war spider, Jennifer, they're attempting to gain the powers of the Muffin Man's oven, attempting to cap its fire inside. I believe it's a little flask. Did Silver have that?
Yeah, little jar thing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, well remembered. And it has it was given to them by Little Bo Peep, who's a fucking unit. At this point,
Manny is well acquainted with Little Bo Peep. Manny likes to hang out with Bo Peep.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Midnight wood.
A man of a man of taste.
At this point, you can make that stealth check with advantage, Manny. Nice job on the boots, by the way, guys. It's a clever call.
Oh, that was so close. Okay, the first roll is an 18.
That's good.
The second roll is a 14, so 18.
18 is very good. Manny, as you creep forward, peeping around the corner of one of these stony structures, you can see what looks like, yes, this is the chief baking area. It's about 70 feet wide and about 40 feet long. And you can see what happened?
No, it's just-
We're all just mimicking Manny peeking around things. It was funny. Sorry.
I take the psychic damage now. That one's for me. That one's for Jack. So as you all, yes, so you can see this big clearing, Manny, but in it you can see what looks like enormous superstructures from which heat is emanating. It's basically a big, do you know, like an amphitheater, that kind of curved style, crescent moon, and the heat is just rippling out from within. And for a moment you think, but how? It hasn't been attended for so. And what you see slithering over from the heat, that rasping sound from its belly emitted, a grotesque salamander. Its thin body tapered towards the tail, but forming up into a man shape, hideous and swollen with fire. Its body scaled and the scales cracking as if this creature is not at home and is in pain to be here, and yet is filled with such terrible burning rage, its black eyes swiveling crazily, and yet as it attempts to move farther from the oven as if to escape, the heat seems to leave it, and it seems to curl in on itself, cooling, hideously, steam rising, so that it slithers back into the heat of these ovens, making these odd, hideous, rasping sounds and these little kind of awful chokes from its clogged throat. And that's what you see. What would you like to do?
Manny is going to slowly waddle backward and get back to everybody and report what he saw. So Manny comes. Do I need to stealth back? Okay, cool. So Manny gets back to you guys and conveys, Manny discovered something creepy. So there is a big lizard thing. It looks like a salamander, but it's with the fire from the muffin oven. Anyway, so there is a muffin oven fire with a lizard by it, and it appears the lizard cannot walk away because it gets all when he tries to, so I think that that's a bad thing. But it doesn't sound great to start with, so I don't think it's healthy either way. Honestly, we should probably put it out of its misery, if we're being completely honest. But I could help. So that is what Manny saw. But definitely that big fire oven thing is over there. It's very hot.
So one, that was joyous. Two, the phrase muffin oven is just so beautiful in so many ways.
Yes.
And I will be sure to insert that into a pickup line
Very poor
at my
choice of
next
words.
opportunity.
Never insert into the muffin oven at this point. Does the group have any particular action that they wish to take?
Well, I want to know, is this thing sick? Like, could we make it better and befriend it?
Do you have any healing
Or is it
spells,
just
Etienne?
evil? No, I fucking don't. But I
shut
could
up.
try and talk to it because it's a creature.
Maybe go gather some herbs. I don't know. Make a remedy.
Why would I gather herbs?
I don't know.
I
How you
think-
plan on fucking healing it? I'm not touching
I
it.
wasn't going to heal it. I was going to talk to it. You can heal it.
You can talk to it.
I mean,
Let's see how that goes.
theoretically,
Make a little fog cloud. Have a little chat.
I could send the unseen guy walking in there just to see if he attacks him right away. If he's hostile immediately.
I mean,
But
it sounds like he sounds sick.
He could be sick.
But the unseen servant wouldn't be seen.
Can you? I thought they were like shadowy things. I thought they were incorporeal, but they may be unseen. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a misnomer or not.
Incorporeal, and I believe that they are invisible.
Oh, well then it won't do any good now, will it? Manny knows his own spells, definitely.
No, just imagine that. It's just like, oh, he's an absolute pacifist. Didn't attack the unseen servant. Then mauls us all.
That's definitely it. Manny would make that assumption. That seems like the proper course of action.
I love the idea of Etienne going, and like obviously we go together, but Etienne should go. I'm gonna sneeze. Not good. And I think Etienne should go and talk to it. Obviously, we'll assist.
Well, it's a creature, right? Like it's a creature. It's not like
was-
a person.
It was delayed.
Yes.
You should go. I think we should go speak to
Okay,
the
let's
salamander.
I
Just in
genuinely want to see the chat happen. I think it's going to be magical because if we have the best negotiator out of the three of us, it's Etienne. Like, it's her, 100%.
Yeah, listen, bitch. What's your problem?
Like, I would literally bet 5 gold pieces with Lenora, but I know Lenora doesn't have any gold pieces because she gave them all away.
I did accidentally because Leonora can't count. She
Okay.
accidentally gave her all her gold out to the other villagers. Leonora will bet you 5 gold that Etienne will knock it out of the park, and she will give you an IOU.
I will take that bet.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Bets on. Etienne, you got this.
And no pressure. That's just great.
Perfect. So
Okay.
you're sending Etienne alone?
No, we're all going,
Yeah, no, we'll be there for
aren't
moral
we? Like,
support.
just gonna creeping, and I mean, I'll just
Manny
inch
knows
forward.
how to talk occasionally too, so he could go with you to help if it would help.
No. That wasn't part of the bet.
Fair point. Fair point.
Manny,
You know what?
you are very charismatic.
And Manny
Better
puts his
feel
little
alone.
paw up on Etienne and says, "Don't worry, you've got this. I believe in you." And
Okay,
that's
so-
bardic inspiration.
God damn it.
Glorious. At this point, so are the rest of you going to go into stealth nearby, or
Yeah, like we're not just gonna tromp in there and be like, "Oh, yo, salamander bitch!" Like, so we're not doing
Stealth
that.
mode.
I admire the fact that we're making an attempt at diplomacy before just setting it on fire again. I don't know, before killing it. Like,
But it sounded
diplomacy
like it was
wins.
in pain. What a
Exactly.
poor little salamander.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this. I really hope it
And
eats
so
you.
Etienne, so you're not going into stealth. The others are, right?
Well, I've got stealth. Well, I mean, no, I'm not going into stealth, but I'm not going to like just tromp in there and be like, "Yeah,
And
fuckers."
how do you intend to approach them?
Cautiously.
Gotcha. And how do you make yourself known to the creature? Should it be busying itself?
Like, hi.
Animal handling, maybe? Do you want to try use animal handling to maybe approach it in a natural way?
Yeah, and it's the telepathic speech I was going to use with it
Nice.
to talk to it to see if it could, to see if it's okay.
Absolutely. That works beautifully. So as the rest of you approach stealthily, we shall take it that stealth happens automatically. No worries. Etienne, you approach, and when you send, you can see the creature rasping its belly over the equipment, its body forming these hideous boneless contortions as it wraps itself around the heat, attempting to enclose the heat, and yet trying to get away and being brought back towards the heat itself. The fierce incandescent heat of this place that immediately would break your wooden flesh out in sweat, but thankfully not a problem. However, what do you say telepathically?
I ask it if it's okay. Are you okay?
Okay.
You look like you're in pain.
When you send telepathic thoughts, can they reply?
Yes, I think so. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while you are within 3 miles of each other.
Nice. Okay. You get a wall of, it's like putting your head into a hearth, while the fire is like it's just utter crackling, radiated heat. It's a red scream.
Okay, well that hurts, but like, can I help it? Like, I'm trying to convey to it, is there anything we can do to help you? Because you seem kind of miserable.
I think, Etienne, you could make an intelligence check.
Okay. How do I do that?
Sorry, we're laughing because Brian just wrote in the chat, "Why the fuck did we get so close? 3 fucking miles."
I'm sitting here going, "We're right by the fire settlement." We could have talked to it from over there.
Yeah, but I want it to see me.
Fair point.
You know.
Fair point.
So it's not, oh my god, what the fuck is this voice in my head? Okay, so intelligence check, am I rolling a d20, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll roll this one. Oh, I think that's a natural, right?
A natural 20.
Yeah.
Etienne, an incredible roll. Nicely done, KT. I can tell you a lot. First things first, this thing doesn't speak common. Second thing...
I have primordial. Does it speak primordial?
It fucking does.
I have draconic.
Okay, Etienne. So not only did you get a natural 20, but okay, I think with that natural 20 we can speak to this creature.
Oh, and +1.
because primordial doesn't require a throat so much as an explosion with teeth, I can't make those sounds. However, I can describe them. As you are
Jack, I
able
think
to
you
get,
should try.
I
Just
think
an
you're right.
example.
I think you should.
I think we should have an example.
Yeah. Author text
Oh.
dictates that it really needs to
Yeah.
sound like more like an explosion.
okay, let me do my best.
Fully.
I felt that in my colon. So
10 out of 10.
at this point, we believe in you, Jack, says one of the commenters, with frankly unearned kindness on my part, like on their part for me. I do not deserve that. Oh, thank you for the applause. Completely unearned. You're very kind. So at this point, let me have a drink of water, and then I shall describe what you see.
Yeah, I bet your colon needed that sip of water.
Oh, the general abdomen, Rachel. So at this point, what's communicated to you, KT, through these hideous primordial sounds, is images, flashing images that melt over your brain like butter on a hot skillet. You can see what looks like a blasted wasteland, cracking and tearing with volcanic geyser-like heat, blasting up through the frozen obsidian glass. These and I mean frozen in terms of the quality of the atrophy and the sheer level of heat in this place. It's intoxicating, and you can see. You also get this strange sense of home flashing redly through your mind. Great primordial fires embrace this salamander, and yet forcibly, through something not being tended, not being cared for, it's being coaxed out of its home. And this thing that isn't being tended properly means that something has to fill something else. There's a void, a gap, and indeed it's being pulled through it. And a sense of panic flashes through your mind in great orange hot letters, and sort of, but not letters, rather, a kind of a rebus-like set of images. And as the creature is sucked through into this hideously cold place, and it's filling the void left by something, and you understand. Without Don Bartolo, the Muffin Man, to tend it, the oven required a kind of figure, an avatar, to give it shape, and as such it called from the elemental plane of fire, this salamander creature. The salamander is, in and of itself, two things: the salamander from the elemental plane and the fire you have come here for. What would you like to do?
So we need to get the Muffin Man back to his freaking ovens so he can take the place of the salamander, so the salamander can go back. But in order to do that, we need the salamander's help to go and kill the goblin-y people to get that stuff back so that it all works.
It's a terrible quandary.
So I need to convey to the salamander that we need its help to help it get home.
You would like to convince? Oh, I see. You'd almost like to convince it into the container.
We're communicating primordial, so Katie needs to do it in flashes of images.
Fair. We did make Jack do it.
Yep. What are those images, Katie?
So I want to give an image of a nice home life on its little volcanic eruption-y planet plane.
Mm-hmm.
And leading to that, images of helping us get to our goal to kill the goblin queenie bitch so that we can return things to what they needed to be, so he can go home.
Okay. So the goal that you're trying to achieve, I love this, is you're almost saying to the creature, to a certain extent, hey, get in the jug. And once you're out of the jug and you've helped us, we can help you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That's incredible.
We want to help you so that you're not in pain anymore.
Yeah,
what we're trying to convey.
I've got you. That is glorious, Katie, and not how I thought this would be resolved. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually, for conveying it in images, Katie, take advantage. Roll 2 dice and take the higher.
Ooh,
While
okay.
this is happening, Leonora is like really concerned. She's looking at the salamander, and she's looking at the jar that both people in, and all that she can think is, that salamander's not going to fit.
Glorious.
It's just I'm very concerned.
I just look at
Natural
Leonora.
20! Yes!
Oh,
Which is good because the other one was a 4.
Holy shit.
So,
I've never seen plans crumble so quickly live right in front of my eyes before.
I have with
And
Jack
also
as a
build up
DM. It's amazing.
immediately. This is so good.
Three things happen right away. The first thing is that Etienne proffers this container. The second is that the salamander, flashing your brain full of images of unspeakable thanks and relief, flows like molten liquid fire into the container before the stopper corks it full. And the third thing is that the goblin sniper sent by Queen Bargnet opened fire on Etienne. At this point, we will have their attack rolls. Excellent.
I very quickly give 5 pieces of gold to Lenora. Be like, totally fucking worth it.
Etienne, my lowest roll is a 15. Does that hit your armor class?
Of course it hits my armor class. I'm a fucking sorcerer.
As you hear one of the creatures, even seeming to summarize your thoughts. You sure we're gonna hit her? Course, she's a sorcerer. We're gonna hit her. No problem, mate. Open fire.
Why are your evil people always Australian?
They're goblins. Goblins have
So,
Australian accents.
wait, Casey, what's your armor class? Sorry, if you don't mind.
13. I'm fucked.
See, if you just worn the elven armor, you'd be +1. Which wouldn't have been enough. Anyway, continue.
I was about to, and it still would have hit her.
All of you watch as, with their ambush round, standing on top of the stony structures and then scooting behind it quickly to gain stealth. They're 60 feet away. 3 goblin snipers, their elongated faces peeled back in hideous leers. They pincushion Etienne 3 times. Let me see how much damage they deal. Oh shit. That's 15 points of piercing damage.
I'm dead, dude.
You watch as Etienne's wooden eyes roll back in her head, and we are in initiative for the last time tonight. And my friends, we have a fight on our hands with these 3 goblin snipers. Y'all get to go first. And by the way, just the way that this works, Etienne isn't, in fact, totally dead, is just unconscious at 0 hit points. And you
-3 hit points.
Fuck a look at him go. However, y'all, it's your turn. What you got?
Manny is stealthed around the side, so Manny pops up from where he's standing and just goes, "Oh, no, you don't get to be that badass and then to go down. That's not how this works." And healing word to Etienne at 2nd level.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
Did the ring require attunement? The fog ring.
7.
Okay. 7 points of healing to
7
Etienne. So Etienne, you don't need to take account of the negatives, Katie. You're just back on 7 hit points. Gang, here's an interesting one that has just occurred to me. Anyone who wishes to can make an athletics check to stop the container from shattering once Etienne falls unconscious. Okay,
but it depends on how I fell. Because I could have been clutching it and just fallen to the side, and I could have protected it because I was very invested in the salamander.
That makes sense. I will give whoever makes that roll advantage because of
I have
Katie's
+3
point.
to athletics.
Nice. Yes.
Can it be acrobatics rather than athletics?
Yes, it can.
If I do a flip while I'm trying to save it.
Yes, certainly.
I think Manny should go first. I'll let you know what I got then.
Manny gets a 19.
Manny goes. Manny, like, go for it, Manny.
So Manny goes
So-
bouncing down the steps, like doing
Yeah.
the like kitty flips, basically, and just whoop, and dives off to catch the jar, and just that was close.
And your claws tink against the edge of the container, and you watch as your spell flows out of you. Etienne's eyes flutter, and she's back in the fight. That's just your bonus action, though. You still have an action, Manny.
And Manny's just gonna look over at 10. How close are the goblins?
60 feet, and they are behind cover.
I can't get that far, even with all of my speediness, because I can technically make a double move for free for feline, but I don't think I can get that far to him. And I cannot cast another leveled spell. Can I cast a cantrip if I've cast a spell?
Yes, you can.
Vicious Mockery, then, at the one that if I can see any of them. So
Yes. How do you viciously mock these goblin snipers?
Manny looks up and just goes, "Only a coward would hide behind a fucking wall after hitting a sorcerer, you pieces of shit. Manny does not believe in you." And then Vicious Mockery.
I believe it's a wisdom save on my part. I roll a 9.
That is going to fail Manny's save. He has a 13.
Glorious. Roll your damage.
And they take 2 damage, but they get a disadvantage on their next attack.
Very nice. One of them, you hear it snickering, and you hear, "She got you, mate." Oh, fuck off. So that's an incredibly good turn from Manny. Does that end it?
That's it.
You're awesome. Here we go, gang. Who's next?
May I?
Leonora exists.
So, 2 things happen. So Leonora, who was like, "There's no way that salamander's going to fit in that jar," and then she sees it turn into liquid, and her fucking small mind is just blown. She's just sitting there, and she's like, "Oh my god, magic is so cool. This is fucking class." She gets her 5 gold from silver, and she's fucking delighted. And she's like, "Amazing." And then she sees Etienne go down. And Leonora freaks. She's not even, to be honest, I'm glad Manny ran for it, because I don't think I actually should have rolled athletics, because I don't think she'd be thinking of that.
Gotcha.
I think she'd just lose her absolute mind when she see Etienne go down.
Yes.
And so she takes her javelin and she raises it above her head, her brand new javelin, and she's decided her 2 words that convey her rage. Sorry, first bonus action, she rages.
Yeah.
The second, she holds her fucking javelin. Silver already knows what the 2 words are. She holds it up, she hefts it above her head, and she screams, "Leonora Jenkins!" And she turns to lightning in her hand, and she fucks it at the 3 goblins.
Okay. First thing first. You can attack. So the actual javelin attack itself is an attack. So it's a ranged attack as well as I'm going to roll 3. It's a 5 foot wide ping.
As
So
your
you can only
dexterity,
hit,
bitch.
you can only hit one of the goblins, Rachel.
Oh, it's the one who shot.
Mm.
Wait,
Good.
well, actually, sorry, hang on. It
Gotcha.
might not make sense to hit the one that shot. Sorry, to metagame. No, actually, sorry. If we're role playing, Leonor would go for the one who hit Etienne. So.
I roll a fucking 2. Roll 5d6 points of damage.
Oh my god! 5d6. Holy shit! Hang on.
4 lightning, 1 piercing.
So 5d6. Okay, hang on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did she not have to roll to hit? I expect her to miss.
19. I got 19.
Fuck.
19 on the dice, and I failed my dexterity saving throw. Ugh.
Yeah.
I know we're on the
Fine.
same team, but still.
Yes.
I've rolled 3 times so far, and I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 13 so far. How many
Okay.
times do I roll?
5 altogether.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, 28 points of damage.
Gotcha. So as the creature pokes its head up to shout something back at Manny. It opens up and says, "Yeah, well, I don't believe in you either." The spear takes it fully in the throat. You watch as the lightning crackling behind it wrenches its head clean off, and its head, like a rugby ball skewered by a spear, is carried off with the edges of its scream and the crackle of the lightning into the distance. The spear
You're my hero,
Yes.
Lenora.
Leonora is all of our heroes, let's be honest.
This is my hero.
With the exception of Silver. Rachel, however, does that end your turn?
I run towards him.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
she-
The two goblins, I think as they turn around, they're like, "It's okay, mate. She can't come up here." Oh my God! You watch as Leonora is wondering, and Leonora, you grab the edge of the structure that they're standing on and begin to climb.
Oh yeah. She's like Terminator runs towards them and just like throws herself at whatever the structure is and starts climbing up.
You hear one of them say, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" At this point, it is whoever wishes to go next. We still have
So,
some.
can I jump in?
Mhm.
I would like to use thaumaturgy with the other useless ability of making my voice boom to 3 times as loud for 1 minute. And I'd like to combine that with an intimidation roll. So I am going to scream at them as just like, "She's coming for you. Throw down your weapons now, and maybe you'll get out of this alive."
Okay, I shall roll some wisdom saves.
And that is a 16 on
For the
the
DC?
intimidation
Wow.
roll.
On the intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here's what happens. The goblins confer in their murmuring voices, peeking over occasionally at Leonora while loading their next arrows for the next volley. I think this has the effect of a non-damage vicious mockery. Their next attacks will have disadvantage, but they don't throw down their weapons.
Gotcha.
What else? How else do you spend your turn?
So I'd be like, kind of be like, "Whoop, suit yourself," and then like slink off. Well, I tried.
Yeah.
You'll get him, Leonora.
And actually, back in the fight, brought back from the brink of unconsciousness and possible death, Etienne, how do you spend your turn?
Okay, so can I see them? How much damage did that lightning strike do? Did it like blow away some of the cover, or?
Oh, that's such a good point.
Because you said there was like a 5-foot like field that people in front of it would have to roll a save against. So that means there's got to be some destruction leading up to where she obliterated the goblin. So
There has to be, and I think the lightning has actually scorched and blasted out an area of their cover. I'll say that they have half cover instead, which adds a little bit to their AC.
Okay, so that means I can cast at them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guess what I'll use?
I think it's dissonant wisdom, mate.
Oh my god, you're so clever. So I'm gonna try and melt brains because they've really pissed me off now.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of pissed.
So on the save, one of the goblins, the goblin that you target is going to get a 7 on its save, which is a fail. So you roll full damage.
Wow.
That was a great noise.
5, 3, 4. What's that?
12 points.
5, 3, and 4, right?
Yes.
God, I'm not good at math.
With exactly
That's why I write.
With exactly 12 hit points, how does this creature die?
Ooh, okay, so it's gonna like enter his brain, and it's gonna like start bubbling. So like the head and the brain inside will start bubbling, and it'll start like coming out onto his skin, and then the head's just gonna like explode. Yeah. Boil the brain. Explode. Yeah.
One commenter just commented, "Hooray!" Most childlike glee, brains exploding. It's great. Well, look, who doesn't love an exploded brain? I think that as the gobbets of gore fleck the remaining goblin, yeah, I think the goblin is, going to. I think is going to shoot at Etienne after the brain blast. That is a 14 versus AC. I think that hits.
I've got 13 AC.
However, it's only 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh, so I've got 2 left. That's great.
Did you roll with disadvantage?
Do I need a disadvantage? Oh, yeah, because the dude has a disadvantage.
So, Katie, you
You're
remember when you
welcome.
had 2 hit points? You've got
Oh, no, I had
still.
7. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Remember when you had 2 for a second there? You still have 7. You watch as the arrow streaks over the creature, looking down at Leonora in dread, hearing the rippling, booming quality of the voice. Well remembered, Andrea. At this point, it is the creature gives a yelp and begins to try and run. It begins to scuttle down the other side of the building, managing to get 30 feet away from its initial position, and is totally, at the moment, out of sight. It's the group's turn. What would you like to do?
I have 60 feet range on my spells.
Seriously good.
Do you have 60 feet range on your spell? Or can you charge? Can you charge?
About to say, if anyone can slow it down so I can catch up to it, that would be great.
How far away is it?
30
the
feet.
creature is currently it's 30 feet from Leonora, and it's about 60 feet from some other members of the group. I think it's a full 80 feet from Silver, who has slunk into the shadows.
Okay, I think if I use Feline Grace, I can get to it. Because that allows me to move double.
I can hit it with Dissonant Whispers.
Wait, sorry. What are we trying to hit?
The
fleeing goblin.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any debris on the ground?
Yes, although currently the creature is out of sight. It's 60 feet on the other side of a stony structure.
Oh, so I can't see it either?
Would my mask, my new magic mask, help me see it?
Should you get to the other side of the stony structure, you could absolutely see it. Yes, it would, but it would just require about 35 feet of movement to get around the side.
Okay. Manny will use feline agility, and which gives him 2 times 30 for his movement speed, and he'll bound up and jump over and try to catch up with him.
Oh shit! I think that's an acrobatics check.
I will do it gladly. I really, please don't botch. Please. Oh, 21.
21 is an extraordinary success. Using your nimble feline body and your reflexes honed in the years as an adventurer before the curse took hold, you reach the goblin creature, who turns around. No, hold on.
Oh, now here is the thing. Manny would love nothing more than for you to just be. However, I'm going to need you to talk to my friends at the very least. We would like to know about your leader, so if you're willing to come back and talk to us, then...
Make an intimidation check.
So how much time would it have taken for them to have that exchange? Because I just come running around the corner and be like... You better fucking tell us what we need to know. And my voice is still 3 times. It's still 3 times as loud. So I think
Andrea, Manny has advantage on this roll for sure.
Yay! Okay, I got 21 on the first one. Oh, and I fucking botched on the second one, but it was 21 for the first one.
At this point, the goblin, looking at the odds against it, lays down its weapons, and as it does, Manny, you're the closest. You would see from its boot, it flicks something into its gullet. For a flash instant, you saw a sweet, some hard-boiled and toffee-colored sweet. As the creature gags it down, it says, "Long live Queen Bagnot." Foam begins to fleck at its jaws as the eyes roll back to the whites. The sniper, unwilling to provide information to the group, falls dead.
So Leonora,
I suppose I could be an asshole and cast Healing Word on it, could I?
Oh my god, man.
Oh my god. Sorry. Healing Word, I power slide in being like, cure wounds! We're double teaming this.
As the two of you cast your spells, the creature has barely got the final garbled phrase out before it comes to, what? No! As you bring it back to consciousness through your healing magic. My friends, as we wind this session to a close.
No, wait. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh yeah,
I was
and
gonna
we're
say-
gonna do a little scene. And what were you gonna say, Leonora?
I was gonna say, Leonora's still very angry because last she saw Etienne was like dead on the floor. So I don't think she's really thinking straight.
No,
So
you
I think
stupid bitch. Don't you fucking dare kill
if
this
I'm
goblin.
role playing,
Rachel,
No,
do it.
you're nowhere near us.
I
Rachel,
think
do it.
I was halfway up. I was already up the
Yeah.
structure.
Rachel, do
She
it.
grabs a dead goblin, and she hits. It's just popped up. It's just like, damn it!
Yep.
And now she might fail. She might fail, but I think she grabbed a dead goblin and hit it using it as an improvised weapon.
Okay, for the sake of this, you had 6 hit points from me. How many did you have from you, Brian?
So I had cure wounds, 1d8 plus 3, so 7. It got, 7 plus 3, 10. 10 healing
Is
points
that
for
its
me.
max hit points, which is 12?
16 together, yeah.
So I got 12, 14, 15, 15. So 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
And then it's only 1d4, I think, is an improvised weapon. Or is it
Yes, and
under-
plus your strength and your rage.
Oh, yeah.
The one time she fucking remembers to add her strength modifier.
Oh god.
4 plus my strength, which is 3. And I
11.
don't think rage is on damage.
It is on damage.
Oh,
It's
it
two.
is. Oh, yeah, it is. 8
4
points
and
of
3
damage.
is 11.
with
Get
it.
fucked.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like I think I
It's a 1 health point. Be like, get the fuck away, Lenora!
I love the idea that
like
as this
smacking
creature
it with
comes
the
to,
dead goblin.
this creature comes to for a moment, and you see its realization hit it in that moment, just before Leonora. And Leonora slams it with its dead foe. The creature goes, "Ah, fuck." Leonora, the goblin who just swung its leg breaks off with the sheer impact. So you're just holding a leg dripping Icarus blood over this goblin who looks up at you. Who the heck are you people?
We can't protect you from her! Tell us everything we need to know!
I'll tell you everything. Please don't fucking hit me again.
I can make no guarantee. There is quite a bit of rage in that one. You probably should start talking now.
Oh, there's rage in her and regret in me for my life choices.
Probably best you start telling us things.
I'm meandering up with my little salamander friend in his little bottle to watch this
And
all
Lenora will
unfold.
absolutely see Etienne alive. And we'll be like, oh.
So Leonora has the leg above her head, and
Yes.
she's like getting ready to go in. And then she says, Etienne,
They're like,
hold around the
Lenora.
corner. And she's just like cheery. She's like, Leonora. And Leonora's like, huh? And just like that, her rage.
You're my hero.
And she like runs over and gives Etienne a big hug.
Fucking Christ.
At this point, as you restrain the goblin, and the goblin is also you gag the goblin as well, and preparing to speak to it soon and to interrogate it. You all get a sense as you're preparing for the interrogation that Manny has drifted a little away from the group. Manny, the tug of helping your friends, that particular tether has begun to loosen and fray apart. You feel for a few grasping seconds, you look out upon the bakery and the twinkling stars above you and the great, sweet, round and wonderful belly of the moon and the full belly of evening, so full of life. And it's going away, Manny. It's going away again.
No.
So,
Everybody, Manny needs to tell you something. He's not going to be here much longer. But he really liked his time here. So he just wanted to let you know, and he walks up to Silver, sorry. One word is bigger than the other one on the screen. I can only be asking you so much. He walks up to Silver, and he just puts a tiny little cat paw on your side and just says, "You big shiny bastard. You keep being you and being the intelligent kiss ass you are. I love it."
And I just place a hand just down, like to be almost like on Manny's chest, but instead I touch the amulet and cast Identify because I want to understand how to break this curse.
As you cast Identify on it, my friend, the complexities of the Wicked Witch's curse are far beyond the talents of your lowly magic. You can glean only one thing, that while Manny will surely be taken away, there exists a flicker, a candlelight's worth of chance that he could come back should you keep the amulet with you.
Oh.
And Manny kind of puts his little paw over your hand and goes, "It is not for you or I to solve, but for you to call me back when it is time." And he walks over to Etienne and just says, "You are the heart of this team, and you forever will be. Don't forget that. Manny believes in you."
You're wonderful, Manny. I'll miss you.
And he gives you a tiny little cat hug.
Oh, cat hugs.
And then he walks up to Leonora and just says, "My big protector, don't ever stop being the shield for your brothers and sisters. You are the best. You are a bulwark against all that is evil in this world. And you ever shall be. Manny believes in you." And he gives you a little pat on the side. And then he reaches up and he takes the necklace off and he hands it up to you.
As soon as the necklace is and the amulet is in your hand, you watch underneath the moonlight as the humanity and the personality slips from this feline form. Manny fades into the amulet, whisked up on an invisible and yet highly tangible light that all of you feel, a light of fellowship, extinguished for now and perhaps to be rekindled later. And the amulet so warm with the presence of your friend, cooling like the bakery around you, this oven. And then before you, midnight, the black cat, the bright green eyes floating in the dark. And as Manny heads away from our group for now, and as the nightfall settles around you, and the next leg of your journey is soon to arrive, that's where we'll leave our session. Thank you, Andrea.
Functionally, you guys all have bardic inspiration, by the way. That's what that was. That was my last 3 charges of bardic inspiration.
Oh, Andrea, that was such a good goodbye.
That was awesome.
Oh, you guys are awesome. This is so much fun.
Leonora is just like bawling. Like she's just weeping. Like, oh my god, that was beautiful, Andy.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Poor little Midnight's out in the middle of the forest.
Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Well, we'll begin our next game with the next leg of your journey. But my friends, also one last thing to tell you is that our players have leveled up to level 3.
Yes.
Oh, level 3, fuck yeah!
Yes.
Whispers level 2.
And with your
Electric Boogaloo.
your side quests have been wound to a close. There remains only a few things left to be done before your attack against Queen Barganot, and who knows who will help you, who the Blue Fairy will summon. Next month we'll have a new guest star, although we'll choose to fill difficult boots to fill in this case, from Andrea. Gang, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who commented so charmingly. I think my favorite one, there's a few hilarious ones here, there's quite a few from Lars, and that is not medical advice unless you're Irish and do not care about propagating stereotypes. Not sure what that's in reference to.
In reference to the booze earlier.
I think it was the booze. I think it was the wine.
Antihistamine
Yeah.
and wine.
Listen, don't mix antihistamines and alcohol unless you're Irish, in which case it just doesn't affect us. That's a lie.
That's not true. It absolutely fucking affects us.
Okay.
Yeah. We also had Laura saying, again without context, I am touching it at the end.
That was Manny in the tree. I am touching it again. I am not sure what you wanted.
We had Jay saying every guy watching this just cringed and tucked our legs. Oh yeah, the so this is for the attack on the creature.
On the genitals, yes.
The sound
had,
you made, Jack. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's great.
That was awesome.
Dude, giant round of applause for Jack, too. You were amazing, Jack. Like,
Holy
everybody.
He's the best.
Thank you.
Amazing
Thank you.
DM. Sorry, FM.
Y'all are awesome. Thank you for saying that. We have Rob Gagnon who said, all expressions are sad. I think this is with the goodbye, except for Silver's. The calculating bastard is up to something. And then I think speaking for everyone, we have Paul Pollard saying emotional damage, and I certainly took a fair bit there at the end.
Yes.
Oh, that was so good.
I really enjoyed it. Like Andy
really
That was
was
fun.
not prepared for Manny's voice.
Yeah,
And I
It
was
was
like,
awesome.
when you go back and watch this, you'll just see my face be like, what? But I think the highlight of this whole session, like no matter all the performances, everything like that, is the 3 fucking miles. Like, we're literally 4 inches away from this deathly fucking primordial salamander.
All props to KT though. She so I thought that was definitely going to be a fight. KT solved it completely the other way. It was great.
Beautiful.
Queen of
Beautiful.
all just cast one spell. Blah blah blah. I'm so useless. That was insane.
Also,
Well,
I
if I could,
believe Etienne did say that not all our fights can be solved with just talking, Silver. I'd be like, Guess what?
well, I figure if I've got this thing where I can talk to animals, like, why not use it?
Beautiful. I loved it. I love the
best-
salamander moment.
Yeah,
Love
it was fun.
That was
I did not like getting
Nothing
shot.
common.
I did not like getting ambushed.
That was amazing. Though. You could see Jack trying to fix it, but it doesn't speak common though. And KT's like, "Well, I just happen to speak primordial." But the language no one picks ever.
You solved my final riddle.
When we were making the characters, like, we were like, okay, well, I get to pick a second language, and then we're like, wait, I get to pick 2 more. And because Brian already had Draconic, I was like, well, I'll go with Primordial.
So I think my favorite fight moment of the night was Brian using Thaumaturgy, which is the most
Oh,
used
that was
spell in D&D.
awesome.
That was my fight moment
That
of the whole
was
session.
Dude,
fun.
prestidigitation is objectively better than thaumaturgy, and you kicked that ass. I'm not saying it twice, it's a hard word to say. Like, that was amazing. You used the most useless spell. I'm impressed.
Sorry, Lars, the best was
Yeah.
Rachel solving a riddle by goddamn accident.
Yeah.
This is true.
I was just saying words. I was fucking delighted. Thank you, Lars.
That was a lot of
Cloud,
fun.
Barber, axe, death. It means something.
Yeah,
What does it all mean?
Gang, also, I need to just make one quick mention of something. That yes, at the next weekend on Saturday at 4 p.m. EST, our next live in Lit RPG Legion, Jez is going to do another Winds Up Another Author with a guest, Matt Dinneman. Which is going to be absolutely fabulous. I'm certainly going to tune in for that. And I just also need to mention the fact that we're the Last Sunday squad, so we appear at the last Sunday of each month, and so tune in next time to see our next guest and where the adventure goes. And also, just super quick, because I don't want to forget this. Do you all want to do a little bit of where you can be found on the internet?
Yeah.
It'd be great. We'll start with our wonderful guest, Andrea. Where can you be found on the internet? What are you working on at the moment? If you can say.
It feels so dirty to sully this with promotion from my side. Discord. So that's all I'll say. Discord.gg/Andrea Parsneau. The rest of it, this game was fabulous. That's what I want. I wanted to play with you guys. This was great. It was absolutely fabulous.
Rachel, where can we find you?
So, oh Jesus, I forgot everything. Okay, so Facebook, look up Rachel Chuirc. My book Calamity is coming out April 23rd, and it is narrated by the fabulous Andy. Who did, oh my god, like your
It's
voice
so
for
good,
like
guys.
Valerius,
Story.
and I loved all of them, but like they're so good. So I'm delighted. The book, audiobook, everything is all coming out April 23rd, so you can see it then. Thank you so much.
You're awesome. KT?
I can be found on Facebook and on Discord and on Roll Road with Library System Reset, which is getting recorded by Andy in
Yep.
April.
In April.
So it got moved up by like 3 months.
It
So
did.
yeah, I may be slightly panicking, but yeah, the book's ready. It's just I was expecting it to come out in October, and now it will come out earlier. And now I'm like, what? So yeah, so library. If you've ever dreamed of a magical library that has magic for everyone, and people are trying to sabotage, you might like my book. So, oh, and I've written other stuff too, but you'll find that. So.
Also, if you're a person of taste, you'll like her books. Lastly,
sweet. I'll pay you later.
We have the fabulous Brian.
No, we have second last May. You're going to be talking about Scarlet Citadel, you bitch. So second last, I will go. So Quest Academy is you can find on Amazon. Book 2 Silvers came out on the 12th of January. Things are going really, really well. Book 3 is underway. First 6 chapters are available over on Patreon, and things are heating up. And I'm going to be releasing about 5 chapters a week now that I am officially full-time writing. So this is very, very exciting. You can find me on Patreon, which is Brian J. Nordon. You can find me on Facebook, Brian J. Nordon. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stories.
Also, Brian, the name of your second book is Scavengers, not Silvers.
Silvers. Oh, sorry, Scavengers came out in the.
I got you.
Yeah, I word's good. My word's good.
Yeah, he really does.
We all word good.
I write way better than I talk.
Yeah.
Does he though? Sorry. Carry on, Jack.
Come on, Jack, you.
I am your Fable master, Jack Fields. It was an unbelievable honor to play with this group again and to play with Andy. My debut novel, Scarlet Citadel, is going to be coming out later this year. Stay tuned. And you can find me on Facebook with Jack Fields. But gang, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone in the audience. Seriously, really appreciate it. You're incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you for commenting. And thank you for being here on our wild whirlwind adventures, our fables in fairyland. And yeah, one more time, thank you. And we'll see you soon. Peace.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.